groundskeepers, all our radio disc jockeys inside the house, Caribbean Airline inside the house. Yeah.
Brian Laura, please report to
Larry Coombs, I guess. Hardly.
Yeah. Check.
I will walk down and interview.
Yeah. Sit down.
Yeah, man. Go on top, man.
Yes. This one is on better.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Here we are, the legends. Yes, here we are. Mr. Rowan Canai. Mr. Lance Gibbs. Mr. Ridley Jacobs. Mr. Alvin Calicharan. Mr. Forward Bacchus. Mr. Collis King, the King. And this is the big bird, Joel Garner.
Careful.
And this is Gus Logie. And this is Courtney Walsh. Mr. Larry Gomes. Mr. Fearsome. Andy Roberts. The King. Mr. Brian Lara. Ramlis Sawan. And the youngest of us all. We turned him in a legend very early. Mr. Dwayne Smith. And Mr. Desmond Haynes, the singer last night, sang so well last night. Very summer. I feel good. Give me a piece, Desmond. Give me a piece, Ladies and gentlemen, these are our legends. Give them a round of applause. Yes. Where is Miss Caribbean? Where is Miss Caribbean Airlines? Could you step forward, Miss Caribbean Airline? Step forward. You do the rest, Miss Caribbean Airlines.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your smell for a legend, Mr. Lloyd Rowe. Right now, we are in the procedure.
The representative from Caribbean Airline, will you please step forward? For all the people traveling to the Caribbean, this is a place.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want us to recognize that we are in company of some of the greatest cricketers that the world has known, not just the Caribbean. During the days when these gentlemen played, West Indies, the height of its success, no one could defeat us. And so we are in the company of great men here. And I think we should praise them with a real hearty round of applause. Our greatest cricketers here in our midst. And we want to thank them for making us proud over the years, representing the Caribbean like no one else had in those days. So Caribbean Airlines is absolutely thrilled to be a part of this. And we are the Caribbean, and so we expect the Caribbean to continue to support us. You're not supposed to be on anything else. I don't care what they tell you. And offer the best service. And so we are pleased this afternoon of these legends and to tell them thanks. Thank you for what you have done for us. Many made us proud. The younger ones coming up have a great example and are doing well. So now, Mr. Jagarow, Mr. Rowe, would you come forward, please? You see, it takes a lot of courage to almost as though nobody remembered our legends. We just took them for granted. But what he has done is brought them before us and triggered our memories as we go back to thank them for what they have done. And I think that's an amazing thing. And Caribbean Airlines, we would like to thank him for what he's doing. And so we decided we visit.
breaking up and us coming through.
Breaking in and out.
I turn around.
Yes. Yes.
Share this one. I didn't bring all of them. But Mr. Would you come forward, please? Both of you. You, sir. You too, sir. Yes. I just want to say that as I was, my mother and father were great cricket. These gentlemen, their names were echoing in our homes, as they were in many other Caribbean homes. And I want to single you out to say, you bring back great memories of my own childhood, of my parents' love for the game, and I'm giving you your own play. I just didn't bring all three out here, but I'm going to make a presentation to both of you to say thank you on behalf of Caribbean Airlines for all you have done for us. So can you turn around?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Turn around. Come closer. Thank you very, very much.
You know, I always recommend. Ask him.
If I
All right. Yes, yes. And this year, don't let us see some bars out there and some vendors out there. Support the vendors, support the bar, because this goes towards one of our legends, Mr. Seymour Nurse, who is not here. The proceeds is going to go towards Mr. Seymour Nurse. So sort of spend some money, donate to the foundation so that Mr. Nurse can get a big packet. Thank you all.
What do you say for the Caribbean airline? Put your hands together. We towards the skies. And right now, without the legend, and without the Broward County officials, and without the city of the hill, we would not be here in this beautiful ground. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give Mr. our commissioner a warm welcome to the stage. Mr. Haynes.
Good afternoon. This is a spectacularly beautiful day in South Florida in Broward County Hill. Where else in the world can you find air-conditioned weather outside this time of the year? This facility is not only is it the only facility in North America that is ICC sanctioned for cricket, but it's the best in all of this hemisphere. It's a spectacularly great facility that the taxpayers of Broward County built for you, for cricket, because it's important for us to ensure we embrace the multiculturalism of South Florida. We are actually in the midst right now of spending another $400,000 to enhance this park. We're going to move the football and soccer and all of that closer in, ensure that we are not disrupting the cricket pitch, so it's easier for us to facilitate future games. Yet this county commission and many other elected officials fought to make sure we have this facility. We want to make sure that you come often and that you bring your friends. We will host July 28th through August 4th international professional cricket here on these grounds another time. We want you all to come out for that. We expect to have probably 20,000 people here. Buy your tickets early once they go on the market. It is a great opportunity for us to welcome the legends, the greats of all times. When I was a little boy, before I moved here, I wanted to be Lance Gibbs bowling the googly. Lance has been very helpful in ensuring that we're able to bring international cricket here to South Florida.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will make an award presentation.
An award presentation, Mr. Haynes. And we're going to give Mr. Rowan, can I please come forward? Mr. Rowan, can I please come forward? Yeah, so
In the meantime.
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Mr. Rowan Kanai.
So we have a proclamation here for the great Rowan Kanai, and it reads, requested by Broward County Commissioner Dale Holness, born on December 26, 1930, former Guyanese cricketer, West Indies matches. He's considered one of the best batsmen of the 1960s. And whereas wrote in the new was IP in cricket and development. Dude. The West 1957 tour of England and get for his in the batting, Jagarow over the gloves for the last test. Scored 6,227 runs in 70 tests of 47.53, highest score 256. Follow through line and back. For the West Indies, 1963. The match for the West Indies. Broward County, Florida.
He's chipping out so often, not hearing nothing.
Sunday, March 6, 2016, as Rowan Kanai Appreciation Day in Broward County, Florida.
Here right here, Mr. Otis. Brian Lara, will you please come forward? Mr. Brian Lara. All right, before Mr. Brian Lara gets here, we also have presentation for Mr. Barry Anderson Richards. He's not going to be with us today, but Mr. Larry Rowe will accept the prophetic word.
This is to Barry Anderson Richards, and he's considered one of South Africa's most successful cricketers and one of the game's all-time greats. Barry Richards took part in the first-class cricket between 1964 and 1983. He became a prolific right-handed batsman with 28,358 runs. He scored 80 centuries, including a best of 356, with an overall average of 54.74. He also scored 8,506 one-day runs with 16 further centuries. Be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Broward County, Florida, that the board hereby designates Sunday, March 6, 2016 as Barry Anderson Richards Appreciation Day, which he shares with Rowan Kanai in Broward County, Florida. Who's this going to?
Information made by
Mr. Brian Lara. Security, will you please bring Mr. Brian Lara to center stage, please? In the meantime, we wait for Mr. Brian Lara to pick up our sweaters. All right. Here's Mr. Brian Lara. South Florida, give Mr. Brian Lara a South Florida welcome. Legend, Mr. Brian Lara.
Brian Lara, of course, quite still active, gonna play, right? Yes. One of the greatest that we ever had. So for you, we're doing something special. We're making sure that everyone know that you're always welcome to Broward County. And these are the keys to Broward County. Anytime you come, you're welcome. You're welcome here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Onis. Ladies and gentlemen, give Mr. Wave Onis, Mr. Dead Onis, a big round of applause. All right, now we're going to get all the players on the field, and do we have time presentation for you, so just sit tight and relax. Umpires.
Well, folks, there you have it. There's a presentation that was being to some of the outstanding cricketers, the Rohan Kanai, Barry Richards, who was not here to receive, Lawrence Rowe received on his behalf, and the great Brian Lara, he had just received the keys to the city of Lauderhill. I'm going to take it back upstairs to you guys upstairs. So from me to you, take it over.
Thank you, Ivor.
Thank you, Caribbean Ocean Graphics. Big shout out to City of Lauderhill. Big shout out to Broward County. And I said big shout out to our commissioner, Mr. Dead Onis. DJ, take it away.
Here out on the field now, taking back in practice. Some turning the arm over, trying to do some loosening up, because you know they have been playing a lot of cricket. So they're getting inside.
So we got Mr. Roger George in the place.
I
can see colleague Ivor Henry out there along with Mr. Courtney Walsh and one of the umpires, taking some photographs, and that's Ivor's stuff, man. He is big time into photography.
He is the man of business out there.
Yes, and videos and so forth. Yep. And I was saying that you can catch our broadcast or program on Sundays from 6 to 9 o'clock on blogtalkradio.com/The Cricket Show, blogtalkradio.com/The Cricket Show, or you can call in 1-347-934-0226, 1-347-934-0226. Join the conversation as we talk cricket, lovely cricket. 3 hours when we give you a roundup of all the cricketing actions all around the world, and from the Caribbean, from internationally, period. And sometimes we have some very heated conversation, right? We had some very animated conversation, and we'd like you to join in with us, agreeing or disagreeing. That's what we do. Cricket, lovely cricket.
Yes, to add to all that you have said, the
Saturday morning entertainment show is produced and presented by Ivor Henry, an awesome program. We invite you guys to be with us every Saturday morning from 9 until 12. Music galore, entertainment you will not forget, and you'll want to join us every week. Start your morning right every Saturday morning. And we're looking forward to see this great event that will be taking place shortly. I guess we anticipated 3:30 start or 3:45 max, the latest. But now the legends of America are here, gathered here in our mix. And we intend to see them in action against the legends of the Caribbean. Wonderful day so far. Had an opportunity to meet some of the legends, and we're hoping to see them in action on the field. Lawrence Rowe, an awesome experience for him. He has done justice to the fans of cricket here in South Florida. Hope one day we'll see his name put up on one of these stands. Wasn't put up in Jamaica, but it can definitely be put up here. Again, you're not missing any cricket action, but we just minutes away from the start of this great encounter. Earlier on, a team from Massachusetts, trouble calling that word, played against the Legends of Miami area. Not the Legends, but
Miami 11.
11, and they were beaten badly. The Miami Region 11 scored 185 for 4, 85 for 3, as a matter of fact. And some of the totals that you may want to know is that Sheldon Irving, or Irving Sheldon, whichever it is, he scored 58. And if there were a man of the match, I obviously would have given him Mr. Siddiqui.
46.
He went well with the 46.
Taylor.
And Stephen Taylor, he got a brisk 31. And for those of you who might be were you able to see a copy of last year's magazine? I understand that you were very much featured in it, and I'm so wanted to see.
No, I didn't get a chance. I looked and I get to scan through it, but I haven't gotten a chance to get a thorough look. So I'm hoping to do that in near future.
Okay.
Maybe this evening.
And just to tell you, the wicket and the pitch, and I keep saying wicket because the wicket is those uprights, right?
Right.
And the pitch is the actual surface on which we play on. And the pitch is looking in good condition. I don't know if there is no threat of any kind of rain around.
Absolutely none.
The skies are blue and the crowd is building up. And I know as soon as the sun goes down from the eastern end of the ground, we will see more folks around. And you have some news for us there, did you? Okay.
Just to tell, the temperature is presently 75 degrees. It will continue that way to 4 o'clock. But 6 o'clock it will be 72 degrees, and absolutely no threat where rain is concerned.
Absolute no threat. Good to see the likes of Lance Gibbs, Sir Anderson Montgomery Roberts, the great Wrigley Jacobs, and not to mention Brian Lara. Who was your favorite among them all, man? Come on, you got something. You got to say something. Somebody other than someone from Jamaica.
No, you have a favorite cricketer. You have a favorite fast bowler, a favorite batsman.
Let's put it this way: your favorite wicketkeeper.
That will have to be Jeffrey Dujon.
Okay.
Hands down, Jeff Dujon.
Well, I'm going a little biased right now. I'm going to go. My favorite is Wrigley Jacobs.
That's perfectly all right.
All right, then never mind. I'm joking. But Dujon was a great wicketkeeper. Derek Murray also was, and I think those are, to me, one of the greatest sets of wicketkeepers we have in the region. Jacob has a number of just want to see Wayne number 15. He just passing by is the great Dr. Brian Charles Lara. Can't wait to get an interview with him. I know he speaks well and he says his mind. And now they are all posing for their photograph. Right? Ivor, he's going to be get a picture, and the young girls, lady, Young Rowe, he's grabbing onto her daddy. And it's going to be a good. The photographers are out in their numbers, Audley. Where is your camera, Audley? Don't you know that you have to do something like this as well? It must be something to behold, to have this photo in your arsenal. I just want to do this because we can play some music while we relax a little before cricket action starts. I'm going to play this one. You anything?
No, nothing as yet.
You know? The order. We're having a good time here. And those of you who are nearby, we ask that you tell your friends that cricket is very much alive here at the Central Broad Regional Park, and we invite you folks to be up here to witness an event that will be something that you won't forget.
Turn his mic down, please.
The first delivery is gonna be, is it?
I don't got real time, but
Is it Dwayne Smith who is opening the
pick up the entire room.
Does?
And it's too loud.
Ooh. Is it Dwayne Smith who is coming in with this first delivery? And this one is down the leg side, is somewhat wayward, is wide, and it's gone the distance as well. When I say distance, 4-4.
4 wide.
4 wides, and in addition to the additional run, 5 wides. It's Johnson. Yeah, Johnson is sporting the Legends colors this afternoon. His next delivery is having the batsman coming forward and playing, as that one was pitched just around center leg, and he tries to, at least he was defensive in his stroke play. Five without loss, the first over. The next delivery again from Johnson is another wide, but this time the wicketkeeper was able to get it in. So we are getting an abundance of wides and so far, and we want to see his next delivery what it will be. Could he pitch a little bit more on the offside? The names of the two batsmen I'll tell you, as this one is stroked out and is being pushed past to the mid-off region for a 4 all along the ground. 4 runs, bringing the score total to 9 without loss. A very good day for cricket. Johnson again bowls that one on the pad, and the batsman was able to just play it quietly on the onside, straight to the man in the mid-wicket region who saves any chance of any kind of a run. A quiet period here. This time Johnson is bowling him. He was beaten neck and crop as he tries to go over the top, and his center and middle were knocked back. Ivor?
What a beautiful sight, this Audley. What a beautiful sight, Leon. Looking at the off stump and the leg stump standing, but the middle stump was missing. Was dismantled by Johnson. You know, he has this habit. He did it when he was on the hat-trick, and this time against the different opponents, but then he sent the middle stump cartwheeling. Beautiful delivery by Johnson.
Wonderful sight. Wonderful sight, and not a better sight that a bowler could witness after having been a little wayward in the open deliveries, allowing some 5 extras in the first delivery and then another later on, and then a boundary. So despite the number of runs, 10 runs in the over, he was able to get a wicket, and I think he still has a couple of 1 or 2 balls because of those wides that he has bowled. But the beauty is that he has managed to separate the openers, and the over is yet to be finished.
Was cleaned up by Johnson.
Yeah.
New batsman, number 15, as he make his way to the crease.
And that's Mark Johnson, it says. And he's the captain of this team as well, oddly.
Okay. Captain Johnson.
And Mark is taking strike.
So is it going to be a Johnson combination, Johnson to Johnson?
Are they related?
Well, not by any stretch of the imagination, and we just want to welcome everyone here to the Central Bird Regional Park as Mark Supun Johnson gets off the mark right away, and they're going to be turning for 2. And indeed, we're going to witness a good encounter here this afternoon. And the sun is out in all its brilliance. And for those who are viewing this via the Mapped TV, we welcome you. And those who are on the Block Talk Radio, the cricket show, we also welcome you wholeheartedly. So that's a Yorker there from Johnson to Johnson, and we come to the end of over number 1 in this brilliant sunshine here. A very colourful park here this afternoon, and the crowds just begin to come out in their numbers. And at the end of over number 1 out of 20, we're gonna bring Audley to bring the on the very first over.
Stuff over, but when you get a wicket in and over, you have to end up saying, well, it's not too bad.
It was an over of two teams. One, I think you settled for 12 runs in an over, and one you settle for a wicket as well.
That would make a beautiful picture. It's coming in the bowl.
And so, Walsh it is bowling a wide as Ivor picks up the commentary.
Yes, so Walsh is it. Skipper Walsh, that is, picks up the attack from the northern end, and he starts with a wayward delivery down the left side with the Jacobs. They would have been in combination for quite a number of years. So, once again, the smooth one, and this one, the batsman is driving outside the off stump. They scamper through for a quick single. As the big man gets down there on a canter, he's carrying a bit of weight. O'Neill Hilton, that is. We would have seen him in the first match. But he made good his grounds. And we are yet to have the Jumbotron scoreboard in operation, so that will soon be in readiness. But in the meantime, we would have witnessed 1 wicket so far. Would have gone for the legends, taking that wicket to their credit. Johnson from hand to stump. Once again, this one is outside the off stump. Jacobs going down on his knees. That one not making any height at all.
It appears you're calling back into a live show. We are reconnecting you now.
Yes, I want to welcome everyone back to the Block Talk Radio. And this time, this one is played a bit uppishly from Mark Supun Johnson. And they're targeting the youngster there, Hilton, O'Neill. Any run out, they're coming at his end. He's reminds us of Cornwall out of the Little Antigua and Leeward Islands. But he's batting at the top of the order. Walsh this time he's straying down the leg side again, and umpire Brooks with that outstretched arm signals wide, and he's waiting for an acknowledgement from the scorers, David Maitland and Mr. Paul Mott. In commentary, Leon Francis, Audley Watson, yours truly, Ivor Henry. And
Ivor, I can hear your computer.
this time this one is outside the off stump. Better delivery, better line delivery. The batsman shoulders arm, taken there by the wicketkeeper Ridley Jacobs. He's been accompanied there in the slips. Sandy batsman is driving. A beautiful shot. And he has 4 written all over it from the time he left the bat. That's a good-looking shot there from the big man. And he brings up his first boundary from the middle of the bat. Sweet little time, Leon.
And the horns are blowing oddly, and Ivor. It reminds me of watching cricket in the islands, man. It's a beautiful shot, as you said. Was to the pitch of it and gave it the treatment.
This time he comes forward, posing for the camera a little bit, but Subun Johnson was calling him quickly. He's the skipper. He wants to lead by example. I don't think that he wants to get away from the strike, because that was the end of the over. Means that O'Neill will be taking strike from the northern end when we bring up the third over. Oddly.
Yes, over that wall straight, it was a couple of times, but trying to get rid of a little rust, I would suppose. And I can see Gus Logue is still quite agile in the field. When the ball attempt to run through the offside there, he dove and collect that ball. Reminds us of some.
So Johnson it is, and this time the batsman is playing with soft hands, and Mark Subun Johnson, ever agile, looked like a 21-year-old out there calling for a quick single. Probably he forgot who he's batting with. I mean, like I said, we don't want to talk about a big man getting down at the other end. But Mark Johnson was going to the danger end. He called for the single, and they got it. It is the 2020 over match, by the way, so they need to put as many runs on the scoreboard. So Johnson has been deadly, and this time he's getting the Maurice Foster, as they call it. It's a French cut. He was going for an expansive off drive. He came from the bottom portion of the bat and went past that leg stump, and hands were going up there oddly.
Yes, and I must say the scoreboard is still not operating for this match as yet. We're still waiting to see some score up there.
This time the batsman comes forward, plays this one out to second slip. So it's 2 slips, a third man, gully, cover, extra cover. Skipper Courtney Walsh is in the mid-on area. We have, looks like he's at Sarwan there in the mid-wicket region, and we have a long leg. So Johnson, deadly. This time the batsman is playing at one outside the leg stump. He must have pitched outside the leg stump, because he was a half-hearted appeal there, but it's leg by signal there by the umpire. So we'll give you an overall score, which isn't much, but we would have seen a lovely off drive in the previous over off the bowling of skipper Courtney Walsh. But again, we ask you to come on into the park. There's lots of room. This time he's playing this one off the pads in the air a bit. Does he have the legs to get to the boundary? It's going, it's going, it's going, it's gone. 4 more. So Mark Subun Johnson gets his first boundary. Skipper Johnson, that is.
Yes, indeed. We have a good start here, despite the fact that they've lost 1 wicket. It's a good start, seeing the runs are being scored. I think we had some 12 runs scored in the first over. And this is the second we had a boundary. So we should be in the region of 20 by now for the loss of 1 wicket.
Let's ball him. And Mark Subun Johnson played all over that one, and we said that Johnson to Johnson. Do you know that Johnson & Johnson baby powder, Johnson & Johnson baby oil and all the good stuff? Well,
it's good for the body and for the young.
Well, that one definitely looked more like the oil, because it slid under the bat and cleaned up the other Johnson.
Cleaned him up. That left hand is really causing havoc. As soon as he was able to pitch, they did not know how to counter. And we see one spectator dancing like, and he had a conch shell as well.
Of course, it's kind of alike here, and
yes, indeed, indeed.
I can't help to look at the party section over there. Very,
it's building up. It's building up.
Looks good over there. It's very colorful. So that's the end of Mark Subun Johnson, and he would have got a boundary in that over, and Johnson. Horatio Johnson would have none of it. He said, you're not going to put me to shame. I'm going to send you back to the hut.
I came here especially to see Mark Supone Johnson bat, Ivor, and he did not come through today.
No, well, he said that he's still in retirement, but he just came out for a game.
Okay, that happens. That happens sometime.
Johnson, that's number one going. Johnson.
Number one.
No, Derek Alishuan. So Derek Alishuan is the new batsman who is replacing Mark Supone Johnson.
Watching.
This one is turning it off the legs down to the long leg area. There's one here for him. One, that's all there'll be. That's a good, nice throw. Comes in and with the Jacob collects cleanly, very stylishly.
Is Derek Caliteran the brother of Alvin Caliteran?
I think they're cousins.
They're related. And,
they're related. I don't know if they're. Just about to ask that. I think Caliteran is related to Kanai, too.
Yeah, they're cousins for sure.
Cousin for sure, yeah.
But see, this is the problem we have with the electronic scoring. They would have had to give these names ahead of time so they can. But anyway, back to live cricket as Walsh bowling one outside the line of the off stump, just bowling gentle seamers, and the batsman Kaleshwan shoulders armed.
We could say he's just getting in some exercise.
And now they've employed a second slip there now, so I guess Walsh is going to be keeping that line outside the off stump. Right arm over smooth, and the days of old, he runs up and he bowls. Remember, he was the workhorse for the West Indian team over the years and would have elevated himself to the captaincy. And he was once a record holder.
15 is Mark Johnson.
So Walsh outside the off stump and he's keeping that line and very disciplined in his bowling. Those would have been wides for the right-handed batter, but his line for the southpaw is right on cue, and he would have employed a second slip. So there's a third man as well, a backward point, cover, extra cover. This time he's fishing at one outside the off stump, and goes by to be taken cleanly there by wicketkeeper Ridley Jacobs. So we have young pair making up a part of the legend. Second slip. Been brought closer, and this time the batsman is coming forward, still can't score. So very, very good tidy over there from the skipper himself as he takes his headgear from the umpire books.
And how can we forget he had one of the most economical spells in cricket when he took 5 wickets for 1 run in a ODI. Courtney Walsh, that is.
Yes, following the footsteps of Courtney Walsh, of Ambrose, taking 7 for 1.
7 for 1 in a bowling spell, but Walsh's final figures was 5 for 1.
And if my memory serves me right, he was one of the few fast bowlers to have gotten a hat-trick.
Yes, indeed.
I can't remember the particular year, but indeed he had a hat-trick. So 519 runs, I mean wickets all told. That is something that looked years ago as if it weren't going to be broken.
So O'Neill Hilton. And this time he's stroking this one and it's getting it past the mid-on. Skipper Walsh got down, but he was very lackadaisical there. But nonetheless, that's much to the credit of the young batsman there, young Hilton. So he stroked this one nicely. So you know what happened, Johnson? When he gets a 4, he comes back and get a wicket in that over. So let us see. This time he's bowling this one up to the batsman again, and he strokes it very nicely again out to the mid-off region and fields there and can't score. So you would have scored a boundary off a misfield, albeit. This is the Legends game. They're in town, yes, gentlemen, you're hearing right. The Legends of the the yesteryears. Johnson left hand, and this one is short of a good length. Coming into the batsman from just around leg stump. He's bowling over the wicket, left arm, and he's quite brisk in his run-up. And they would have prepared 2 wickets here, but they would have played both matches on the same wicket. So Johnson's still employing 2 slips for the South Park, Kalishuan that is. This time he's over pitching, and I guess it was a quicker delivery, but he did not manage to get any wheel on it. So a dot goes into the scorebook. Johnson on top of his mark, and this time he's playing outside the off stump, and Ridley Jacobs look as fit and as young as ever. Runs around to his right and even tried to get a run out there, Leon.
Yes, indeed. We want to just say hi to Danny Williams. Is he around? I just saw him. He came across a while ago, but Johnson is having a very good spell.
And Johnson again, this one is right up in the block hole. The batsman is to the measure of it though, but can't score as his ball goes out to the cover. And we would have seen Brian Lau receiving the keys to the city of Lauderhill. We would have seen Sir Garfield Sobers would have received the same. Kanhai. Yes, Rohan Kanhai today.
Yeah. Garfield last year, right?
Yeah, it was Garfield last year, yes, and this year we had Rohan Kanhai. Again, we want to welcome all to the Mac TV who are viewing this streaming online, and those via the Block Talk Radio.
Heard we have made call for those who are close by to come on over and join in, but there's still plenty of time to go. So if you're up in Delray Beach, Miramar, Miami, Pembroke Pines, come on in. Join the fun.
And there again, Walsh looking better and better as the overs go by. He bowled a very, very stingy, tidy over in the previous over, and now he has the batter in check. We would have seen O'Neill, Hilton, playing a lovely off drive, but Walsh would have none of that. This time he's down the leg side and he's swinging, but he's not timing it. But he's going to get one for his effort. But that was the first real venom we would have seen from Courtney Walsh. It was back pitch, and the batsman tried to turn it to the deep backward square leg, but couldn't do no more than get it to the short square leg. Kaleshwan is punching this one out into the offside, and in the meantime the batsman scampers and gets a single. So the left-right hand combination. We're going to bring you up to speed with this score. Here's Audley's going to look at the monitor. This time the batsman is stroking it nicely, but can't get it past the short mid-wicket. And I dare say Courtney Walsh has come into his own, having started a little raggedy in the first over. I would call it wing rust, but he's into his own. A very fine over in the second over, and now in his third, he's right in cue. This time again, he bowls and he plays with a dead bat. And that one was about the quickest delivery he would have bowled, and this would have been his third over, I think. And we are sorry for not bringing you the score, but Audley is going to do his best to get it from the monitor.
Hilton is not out on 15 runs from 16 balls. And the other, I'm trying to get the other one.
Kalishuran, look at under him.
Kalitron is 1 run from 9 balls. Trying to get the total score here.
Who's bowling here?
Dwayne Smith.
So we're going to be having a bowling change.
Number 5.
Dwayne Smith is the man who is going to be taking up the attack from the southern end. And we know he's a 2020 specialist. He would have departed the international scene. Kalishuran plays this one outside the off stump. There's 1 share for him. There's 1, and that's all there will be. They thought of a second, but the throw was a bit too speedily coming in, so they aborted the thought of running a second one. So Kalishuran goes up to 2 and brings Hilton into strike, who is on 15.
From 10.
This one, he's working it around the corner.
Present score.
Present score is 38 for 2.
38 for 2.
Okay, we got it, 38 for 2, and now it would be 39 for loss of 2 wickets as an extra goes into the scorebook. So Dwayne Smith is getting off the radar. And that's an attempted short pitch there, but it had no real pace in it. But the batsman, Kalishuran, taking evasive action as it went 1 bounce to Ridley Jacobs, who is done in the gloves today. This one is in the air down to the third man region, wide third man, and in the meantime the batsman would have crossed for a single. So Kalishuran goes on to 4 and bring Hilton into strike. He is on 16. So the score is 40 for the loss of some 2 wickets.
From how many overs only?
How much? 7. Is the 5th ball? 7. The batsman is stroking this one nicely out to skipper Walsh, and he sends in a throw, and Hilton made good his grounds, but he had to really put the wheels on there, as Cuddy, as he's affectionately known, was onto that one and bringing back days of old.
And it's good to see Kurt Walsh using the underhand throw. Now he's famous for that. He seldom throws overhand, underhand.
Latest score is 41 for 2 after 7 overs. After 7 overs, it's 41 for 2. Kalitron.
Wait. Go ahead.
Hilton on 17, Kalitron 4.
Okay, so we're going to be having a bowling change from the far end.
Finney.
Is that Pierre? So Pierre seems to be the new bowler. He'll be taking up the attack from the northern end. outside the off stump, and he's started off the waiter. He's bowled a wide, bowling medium pace. Another wide, so he's way off target. Pierre is not even coming in the frame. That's how wide that he's off the off stump. So he's giving Whitley Jacobs a workout here. This one is a little closer to the stump, but the batsman just waves his bat at it. That's O'Neill, that is. Hilton, that is. Well, O'Neill, Hilton. And then the batsman is going high and hard at that, and he seemed to be out. Was the ball caught behind? No, what?
Look, ask him. He is monitoring.
Ball is missing.
Boss, is he calling the score though?
Yeah, yes, we are.
Call the score, because I don't got no scoreboard. I
Yeah.
don't know. So just call the score for me. Everyone's
Okay.
score.
43 for 3.
It's 43 for the loss of some 3 wickets now. We're looking at Hilton. He would have gone for somewhat 16 runs when I last checked.
Yeah.
Or 17. So his contribution was 17. So Brian Lau is making his way off the field at this time. And coming off to a rousing applause.
And Ivor, I just want to say how nice it was for Trini to come in the booth. Trini is a famous contributor to the Florida Caribbean Sports Line. He was here. He had to get permission to come to see us. And now Trini is in his elements because he has gotten to see Brian Lara and Gus Logie, guys from Trinidad. Thanks, Trini. We'll talk about it come Saturday evening.
Yes, so Pierre, who would have started off a bit wayward there, would have gone into the wickets column.
Trini, look there. Blowing the conch shell. He blowing the conch shell.
So Trini is the man on the conch shell. All right.
Yes, yes. Yeah. And he's taking a bow, Ivor.
So Pierre is a banging target now. He started with his first 2 deliveries way outside the off stump. We called them looseners, but he was advancing the score for the Miami USA team.
Good day for cricket.
So the batsman is playing with soft hands, opening the blade, and he runs it down to third man, who comes off the boundary. He effects a stop and sends a strong throw into Whitley Jacobs. In the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for a single. So some 44 for loss of some 3 wickets now. And Pierre is trying a bit of soccer there now, so he would have gone in the wicket column in cricket, and he's trying to dislodge the batsman by sending via the run-out route. But I don't think any soccer team going to be calling him anytime soon. I don't think Chelsea would be having him in their view, because he would have missed. He went wide right. Then the batsman is driving, and there's runs in the making here. There's one. Would it be turning for 2? Yes, indeed. So there was so it's a good comeback there by Pierre, in which he would have taken the wicket of Mr. Hilton, who would have gone for some 17 runs. So just want to say hi to Mr. Basil Cambridge. So for those who are out there in radio and TV land, he's graced us with his presence.
Just to give it the latest score, after 8 overs, it's 46 for 3.
So Dwayne Smith bowls one down the leg side, and it's called wide, taken neatly there by wicketkeeper Willie Jacobs.
A little dolly off a ball, Ivor.
Yes, so comes in again and the bowls, and this one is into the pads, and the batsman stretching well forward outside the off stump from our advantage point here, but the Jamula is in a better position, and he would have told Dwayne Smith, no, I would not send him outside the off stump. That one keeping a bit low, and a quicker one, I dare say. So by the time...
Am I seeing Courtney Walsh feeling in the slips?
Yes, indeed. That's a cool out spot, and he's in the approved fashion. He goes down, and this time he's coming forward again, and that one was making a bit of height there. Might have been going over the stumps, and we do not have a replay at this time, but probably we'll try to get it a little later. That one, Dwayne Smith seemed to be bang on target. We have 2 appeals in a row. Let's see if he's going to be third time lucky. And he's bowling this one outside the off stump. The batsman slash. He's not timing it though, but he's going to get at least 2 runs here. So Dwayne Smith, as if bowling that one in some anger, as if to show his disapproval of umpire Jamula, saying to him, no, no to drugs, no to your appeal. This time the batsman covering up, looking for a quick single. But the legends, they're doing well. And yeah, umpire books is from this end, yes. And Jamula is at the northern end. So they're sporting the blue tops, black pants, white shoes. So umpire books, I beg your pardon, he was having it with Dwayne Smith, and he has the final say, because you have to appeal to me. The umpire does not appeal to anyone. We're still asking, you folks to come on into the grounds. It's looking nice and lovely here at this time.
Yes, just to bring you up to date, the latest score is 49 for 3 after 9 overs. 49 for 3, the All-Stars after 9 overs. And Ivor, you're making mention for, making announcement, asking people to come on in. From near or far, we needed to come on in and fill the stadium.
So Pierre will be coming in with his second over. The batsman is looking for a single. Non-existent single, I may add. I guess he's trying to get off strike. That's Kalishwaran now here, right? So Kalishwaran, he's been, sucking up quite a bit of balls there, and we'll give you that shortly. This one is over pitching, and he's driving. There's runs in the making here. There's 1. They'll be turning for 2. Yes, they have done that now. So 2 more to the total, and the 50 comes up. So it's 51 for the loss of some 3 wickets. The batsman playing outside the off stump, and they're running a quick single. Good running between the wickets there. The single was always on. Is that Bacchus? I can see. He seems, from the way he's walking, perhaps. Yes, Bacchus, yes. Remember that he would have got 250 runs against India in one of his innings. And sometimes West Indies are today, struggling to make 150. There was backers, Ford backers, making 250 for himself.
Yes, I remember that innings.
Batsman is going high and hard. He's going out to the man down there who takes a catch, takes it on the shoestring. And he say it was a good-looking shot. He was into the shot, but he picked out the man in the deep. So Pear again has come into the wicket column, and now he has gone 2 wickets. And Audley will bring us up to speed with what's happening here. We know he got 2 wickets. He started off bowling a number of wides. So while Audley would look for that, Leon would.
Yeah, I just want to go back to the over before when an appeal was made vociferously by Dwayne Smith. That ball pitched in line, but it seems to me, Ivor, it was high and going down the leg side as well. So that brought the negative response from the umpire. But that catch that was taken shoestring by the boot, by the shoe, you know, for don't know the fielder, but it's. Don't know the fielder, but it was a good catch, bending low. I know playing cricket at that age is sometimes difficult for you to get down there, but that fielder was able to get down and take a brought off a good catch. He made it look easy, and I would say you need to take more of those catches when they are presented to you.
So the new batsman is Nicholas Mitu. He has gone in to join Kalishivan.
And the latest score is 52 for 4. The All-Star, 52 runs, 4 wickets, 9.4 overs.
And need to say that the board is up. Scoreboard is up.
So Pierre, this one is down the leg side, wides in the making here. They've gone to for 150. So 2 more to the scoreboard, 2 wides. It goes into the scorebook. So the score is on to now 56 for the loss of some 4 wickets. So we're operating with the scoreboard now, so we'll be able to keep you up to speed.
Yeah, we got everything almost ready for.
So you're not missing any cricket as me too. Me too is playing outside the off stump and missing with the Jacobs up under the stumps. Looking good still. And don't think wicket keeping is a problem in the West Indies right now, but with the Jacobs probably can help out the Patriots or the Leeward Islands, Leon.
Well, indeed. We're due to talk with him later.
Batsman is playing a lovely off drive, and he has got to dive in at the non-striker's end as the fielder runs to his left, picked up and had a shy at the wicket. He missed, but 1-1 nonetheless.
So we come score is 55 for 4 after 9 overs and 4 balls.
Well, we've virtually come to the end of that over, so the scoreboard is a little behind.
Okay, a little bit behind.
We ask your indulgence.
So after 10 overs, it's 55 for 4. After 10 overs, halfway through the allotted overs, 55 for 4 for the All-Stars.
So, Leon, you're going to tell us your prediction. You hit it on the money in the first instance. 185.
185. I'm looking at 140 right now. 140.
Okay, well, let's see what Dwayne Smith will have to say about that. He has ball in hand, and he might very well be saying, no, he has got to be under 140.
Under 140.
Yeah, but with the likes of Brian Charles Lara, Dwayne Smith, Ford Bacchus, Larry Gomes, this one is, I think it's going down leg from here.
Yes.
And Dwayne Smith is
He's begging
books for that wicket, and he has got to take matters into his own hands to take the ball and hit it into the stumps, because he's saying the batter is batting with his pads rather than his willow. So he's having some choice words there for the batter. He has nothing to do with umpire books, because he would give him the red card. And again, Dwayne Smith is showing his anger, one down the leg side, short pitch, as if to say, oh man, I'm telling you, what do I do? What shall I do to get a wicket? Yeah, well, he's now coming up on the board. Now coming up now. Yeah, he's now coming up.
Okay, it's coming.
Yes, so like we said, the scoreboard is in operation. We're still Danny?
Yes. Not up to date to the wicket in the wicket columns. They're saying 56 for no wickets.
Yeah, we just
wickets.
We just want to say a good afternoon to Danny Williams, who is just graced us with his presence.
I hailed him up earlier on.
Good afternoon, Iva and Block Talk Radio.
Mac TV.
Good to Mac TV. Good to see you all here in the park, and we have had a beautiful week and beautiful weekend, and it's just great to see cricket here again in the park. Doesn't look like we'll be chasing too many runs right now.
Well, in the meantime, you would have missed just a single with Mitu getting off the mark there. And like I said, the scoreboard is a little behind, but let's see if we can have it. 59 for the loss of some 4 wickets, and I think they're going to still have a decent score. This time, Kalishan is punching outside the off stump. There's runs here for him. He's getting it past the 30-yard circle. It's running out to the cover sweeper, and inches away, I think that was Sawan, Bacchus. No, that's Larry Gomes, who would have given chase, and he bowls in the throw back into Whitley Jacobs. In the meantime, the batsman would have caused for some 3 runs.
Yes, Iva, it's good cricket here, and it's good to see the old boys running around a little bit, Courtney Walsh and all the others.
Yes, so Dwayne Smith is bowling a short pitch, and it's down the leg side, and Whitley Jacobs moving smartly to his left and prevented any extras other than the wide that was given there by Dwayne Smith. And Dwayne Smith again is saying, I think that ball must have brushed the batter, but umpire books would have none of that. He has the eyes of an eagle.
Would you think that Courtney Walsh is feeding in the slips? When was the last time that ever happened?
Well, when you're the captain, you can do whatever you want, you go wherever you want, except in the middle of the wicket. And this time Dwayne Smith is going around the wicket, and he's bowling that one again with some venom, as if to say, what do I have to do? I might very well have to change ends because umpire books and Dwayne Smith are not the best of friends at this time. I don't think so. But it's all in good fun. It's all in good canter. Dwayne Smith is just trying to bring a little bit of rivalry into the game. Again, he has some choice words for someone out there. Dwayne Smith, we know he would have light up the whole world in 2020 cricket especially. And that man, Dwayne Smith, would have made a debut down in South Africa, would have made a century on debut. So he's one of the few West Indians who would have made debut with a ton.
But did you hear how he got there, and that he was almost, the decision to keep him, it was a mistake that he got picked. And once he got there, the captain decided we will keep him.
Well.
And he obliged with 100.
Very well. Good for the young man.
Captain thought he was Devon Smith.
Well, Pierre again, who is in the wicket columns, he would have got 2 of those 4 to have fallen. So the batsman now is getting 2 runs from this delivery. He played it into the onside. Did not time it the way he would have liked. And I think there is dead ball. Did they appeal for obstruction? I don't think so. That was not done purposefully, yes. And for whatever it's worth, the umpire would have signaled dead ball. So the batsman would have settled for the 2 legitimate runs that they should have really, really had.
6 for 4 after 11 overs.
So we're into the 12th. So Mitu it is who is in now, and Mitu is having a whack and playing a lovely drive. And I think that's the shot of the match so far. Beautifully done there by Mitu. He was into pair.
90 seconds. That one went like a bullet, and certainly that's one of Mitu's favorite shot, when he flashes the bat as though he's whipping a machete. And that one just slid past the bowler, straight drive for 4.
The bowler had an intention to. I think the bowler thought about it, but when he just imagined his hand being in a sling, he withdrew that arm very quickly.
That was prudent of him. Now, here we are at the park, and I just love the spark, folks. And especially when you're upstairs where we are, it is a beauty to look down on the green. And in the earlier days when there was no soccer and American football and rugby on here, everything looked as green and as beautifully lush as though you're looking over on the side of the scoreboard. But since that, things have happened. Money is the name of the game, and of course we have to fill in where there's no cricket here in the park, and that's why it is looking as it is. But we're looking forward to better days.
Pier.
A pier from the northern end bowling. So this is going to be Khalid Sharan facing up, and he runs away.
There's a loud appeal there from the pair, and again he's following the footstep of Dwayne Smith. He's asking the umpire Jamula this time some questions, as if to say, what in the world is going on here?
Well, I could tell you, it is this type of cricket, you're not going to get an LBW, and you're not going to get this one, and you have to hit him, break the leg.
Where? Everybody's walking out of the park. I mean, Will down there. The guy is supposed to be. They want it to the stadium. Huh? They want it to the stadium. No, we can't do it through the speakers there. So they're bringing it through there.
Yeah, but what's his name just told me Dex wants it through the stadium.
We can't get it from here.
Yeah, so we had it all morning, yeah.
Yeah, but no, we sound better through the speakers. The speakers.
Then you better come on. Come with me.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, after.
These guys don't stay.
It is. I hear but it's not. They want the stadium. So they want the stadium. We can do the food. Do the second one. Turn back on. Okay. You got me on. Turn me back on.
Okay. After 12 overs, it's the All-Star 73 for 4. And there seems to be a bowling change here from the southern end. Number 3, maybe he was bowling already. Dwayne Smith, he continues to bowl. Number 3. What's it?
Ready?
Yes, there's a bowling change, yes, indeed. And Reddy seemed to be the man who's taking up the attack from the southern end, and he's bowling some gentle medium paces. But Willie Jacobs is standing up to the wicket, and they're making some field changes. Courtney Walsh is the captain of the Legends.
Free hit.
It's a free hit.
Very good delivery from a free hit up in the block hole.
And yes, because they
could have done nothing about it.
It was a no ball because they didn't have enough fielders inside the 30-yard circle. They had to pull the man from the fine leg region to get into the circle. So very right arm. This time he wraps him in the pad, and that dreaded finger goes up.
Yes, he's gone. This time he's gone.
So Dwayne Smith must have been saying, well, what did I have to do to get an LBW? And this Reddy just went in and from hand to pads, and up goes that dreaded finger on the very first appeal.
Trini and his horn, guys. It reminds me of home, man.
And there goes Trini again, right beneath us here with the conch shell. And they bring in the Trinidad flavor right into the Central Broward Regional Park. There goes the umpire Trini. Hands goes akimbo. Blow the shell, Trini.
Blow for us, Trini.
There you go. And that's Trini that comes on the 880 on Saturday evenings after 6 o'clock, and you can hear him there nightly, weekly.
Florida Caribbean Sports Line.
Yes, so folks, and for those who were not able to make it into the park, you can view it online at themactv.com, and you can follow it on the Blog Talk Radio, The Cricket Show, 347-934-0226 if you want to follow it on your telephones.
And for those of you who are in South Florida, you can follow the sports every Saturday evening at Florida Caribbean Sports Line, 880 The Biz, 305-541-2350. Of course, on Saturday mornings, every Saturday morning from 9 until 12, you have the privilege of listening to Ivor Henry. He has the Saturday morning entertainment show from 9 until 12. And the same number you reach us at a break.
Go ahead.
You can call 1-347-934-0226 or
log on
at blogtalkradio.com/The Cricket Show.
All right, so we're having the cricket being broadcast throughout the stadium. So for you folks who were not hearing us earlier, we do apologize for that. We were using the sound system that's beneath us here, but now we have logged on throughout the stadium. So want to welcome one and all into the park, supporting the Legends Cricket, Lawrence Rowe Legend Cricket. This is number 2, and this year the recipient of some of the profits would go to none other than Seymour Nurse out of Barbados. So Reddy bowling over the wicket, and Kalishwan plays this one into the offside, and Larry Gome comes around, picks up fields. In the meantime, the batters would have crossed for 1-1. So
76 for 5 after 13, 12 overs and 4 balls.
So the white signal there by umpire Books. So we've gone up by 1 to 77, and Liam would have predicted a score of 140.
140.
We're into the 13th over, so have 6 more after this. This time, this one is turning it off the pads, and it went into the pad. The bowler is appealing, but leg by signal there by umpire Books, so he's not going to be 2-time lucky. He was lucky enough to get a wicket in that over, whereas Dwayne Smith would have appealed some 4, 5, 6 times without much success, any success whatsoever, Leon.
Yes, indeed. And just want to take this opportunity to welcome Sir Anderson Montgomery Roberts to South Florida once again. My favorite cricketer from Antigua, of course, not to mention my other buddy, Wrigley Jacobs. We want to say hi to them again. Wrigley Jacobs is very much in action behind the stumps here today. A wonderful day for cricket, Ivor and Audley.
Yes, indeed. And Leon, there are quite a number of persons who are here, but sometimes people come to the park not just for the cricket, to support, to meet friends, to socialize. So outside there's a lot of goodies, a lot of eateries, and there are quite a number of people who are just downstairs just eating away. The one day probably to get fat, so they're...
Go ahead.
Are we going to see a bowling change from the far end? Yes. Would that be Larry Gomes? Yes, you remember Larry Gomes used to be... That's a wide. He starts off down the leg side with a wide, and Jamola, with his outstretched arms, signals a wide. So one more to the scorebook. We're inching up into the 80s. Larry Gomes, nice, smooth action. There's no way he would be called for suspect action. So he has opened the count with a wide, so one would go against his tally. We're having some field changing. The skipper Walsh is now going beyond the boundary. Maybe? No, he's going to stay within the boundary.
Within the boundary.
Just making sure. Time the shorter length, the batsman Kaleshwan gets on the back foot and punches out to the wide long off. In the meantime, the batsman scampers through for a single. So there's another left-hander. There are two left-handers in there. Kaleshwan sweeps and they're looking for a single, which they will get in the end. And again, I said, Whitley Jacobs is like a spring chicken back there, Leon.
Yes, he's looking good. He's in form. He is in form indeed.
Number 3.
As recent as last year, will break. As I was saying, as recent as last year.
And there's a how's that, because a good bit of cricket there. The batsman playing this one to the mid-on region. The pair runs to his right, picks up and rifles the throw. And in one motion, knocked the stumps out of the ground. But the batsman was in his crease. So the repairs are being done here by the umpire books. So we're saying about Rudy Jacobs is like a spring chicken. So
yes.
I guess the game would not leave you, Leon, even though you would have left the international scene. And here again is Larry Gomes outside the off stump, and the sweeper cover comes off the boundary, comes in, sends a nice strong throw into Whitley Jacobs. Looks as neat as ever, making the keeping look as easy and as graceful as ever. Just as we would have seen Courtney Walsh when he bowled from the northern end. Nice action. Larry Gomes. There it is again with Whitley Jacobs, like a spring chicken. He reminds me of a Devon Thomas.
Yes, indeed. And as recent as last year, he was the coach of the Leeward Islands, right? He was not renewed. His contract was not renewed, but I'm sure there's much left in him to teach some of the younger keepers in the region how to be an efficient wicketkeeper.
Yes, indeed. But like I say, he would have applied his trade. He came into the team a little late, but trust me, he would have elevated himself also to captaincy. So we have a Brian Lau would have captained the West Indies team. He's here today. We had a Sawan who would have captained the West Indies team. He is here with us today. We have Whitley Jacobs, captain, and we have a Courtney Walsh, captain.
And did Lawrence Rowe captain, or is this one? Is it so?
No, Lawrence Rowe was captain of the Jamaican team.
Jamaica team, yes.
But there was much talk about him taking over from Clive Lloyd.
Yes, one time, yes.
Yes, there was much talk.
Back to Whitley Jacobs, he was 33 when he entered the West Indies cricket, when he was selected. And believe you me, he looks 33 still.
I'm telling you. Well, in the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for a single. And this time, this one is in the air and away from all the fielders. Goes 2 bounces over the fence. This was back over the bowler's head. So Reddy has coming for a hammering here because he bowled a good over in the last one, in which he would have taken a wicket, Leon.
Yes, indeed. And Trini is in his element. He's dancing up a storm, man.
Outside the off stump, in the air, but going 1 bounce there to Larry Gomes. I think the sun was a bit in his eyes there because he had to try to shield himself first, and he put his hand up as a visor. So the sun is coming in from west to east, and what a lovely day. The last time we were here was with the US Open, and it was rain, and this one is high and hard in the air. It has the height, it does not have the distance, but nonetheless it dropped in no man's land. It was a good effort there by the fielder.
Is it Ronnie Sawan? Is it?
Yeah, he could have very well been Ronnie, but like I said, he had the height, never the distance. In the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for a single.
Lara.
Yes.
Logie.
No, that was Logie. It's Gus Logie. And Gus Logie himself would have captained the Trinidadian team for a number of years.
And a very successful coach as well.
Yes. And I can tell you.
He also coaches the Bermudan team and the Canadian team.
And the Jamaica team too.
Gus Logie.
Yes, I tell you, when it comes to the forward short leg feeling, man, Gus Logie, man, I can see him, Bacchus, Derek Parry, Desmond Haynes, those who are specialists in that backward short leg and forward short leg areas.
They showed a clip last night at the banquet with some unbelievable catch that was taken by Logie. Wow, in the heydays of the West Indies cricket.
Yes, I'm telling you, those guys had good reflexes, man. I'm telling you, very close to the bat, and those are dangerous areas to feel. Forward short leg. That's the position that they should have called silly instead of silly point, because there's no danger really in silly point.
I agree with you, Ivor.
We need 2 or 3 people for interviews. Yeah, who's gonna get them? You need you to locate them. You got to locate them to bring them up for interviews.
At halftime.
At halftime.
Okay.
No, we have to tell them before. So in the meantime, a dot goes into the book there. The 90.
The All-Star team is presently 90, 91 for 5. After
we're into the 15th over with Larry Gomes. Now it's going to go between the umpire and the stump, bowling around the wicket. The batsman plays with soft hands, and so it's 92 now for the loss of some 5 wickets. So we'll be hearing a few interesting interviews during the halftime, and we'll probably have to go and locate someone.
I have a specialty for dealing with those people that have their heads clouds, don't worry.
I'm on it.
It's 93, yes. 93 for 4 from 5, right. 15 overs.
This time the batsman is swinging this one out to the deep mid-wicket area, but they will only get 1 for that effort.
We could start with the guys who are playing because they're going to get a rush and then we can fade, then we'll go back to the main. I have a feeling we're not going to get it.
I don't think you're going to get it until close. Right, this is...
Okay, so go what you were doing.
So we've come to the end of over. Yeah, those are the guys you want. Yeah.
Sir Andy.
Yes, Sir Andy. Yes.
And Sir Wrigley, soon to be.
This time the batsman plays this one into the offside, and Courtney Walsh, skipper, straight to him, can't score. So 102 it is. It's a 2020 encounter. The legends are in town, ladies and gentlemen. We still have room here for you. Batsman is hitting this one high and hard and goes beyond the boundary ropes again for another 6. So it's 108 by my reckoning, I would say. Yes, it's 108 for some 5 wickets. We're into over number 17. Batsman is stroking this one outside the off stump. Skipper Courtney Walsh moves to his left, knocks it down, and they're not going to take any chances with the big man. So another dot goes into the book. So good comeback there by Reddy. Having been struck for a 6 in the previous delivery. And he's going high and hard in this one, does it? Yes. And it's beyond the boundary ropes again for yet another 6. This time into the offside. So he's taking a liking to this bowling. That one was overpitched. And yes, indeed, he gave it the full treatment. So the score goes up by 6 to 114 as we come to the end of over number 17. So we have 18 legal delivery left in this innings, and Leon prediction would have been 140. I think he's on course for that.
26. Can they get it? I can't put it out of the equation at this point with 5 wickets and needed to at least up the ante.
So Larry Gomes around the wicket, and the batsman is playing this one out to wide, long on. In the meantime, they scamped through for a single. So this is the busy time, and I can say it's happy hour this time. Just 3 overs to go. They've got to get the wheels turning. 150 looks so much better than 140, Leon.
Yes, but how they were going in the beginning, it just gave me the feeling that they won't get 150. But who knows, anything can happen.
Yes, well, in the meantime, the batters would, of course, for yet another single. So it goes up to 118. This one is into the legs of the batter. He plays it out to a wide, long on. And again, they won for a single. And they show the legends wouldn't mind that at all. They're keeping the ball within the boundary. We'd have seen a few sail over the boundary ropes in the last over. This time outside the off stump, and there's a loud appeal, and he's given.
He's given this time.
Up goes that dreaded finger. Jamula would have none of it. The batter is saying, I am disgusted with myself. I don't think he's saying that he did not play that, because Jamula took his time and he heard the click. Larry Gomes was confident. So Willie Jacobs had no doubt in his mind that he nicked it, and he was cleanly taken. So Willie Jacobs back in the fray.
Yes.
Got his first victim.
Right, indeed. Good.
Music and party-like. And Leon, the place is filling up very nicely. On the eastern side, there's some...
And despite the sun, they are there in those tents.
Yeah, the bounce house and stuff over there for the kids.
Kiddies,
yes.
Indeed. And on the party stand to our left, it's really somewhat packed. And Trini is not without his amusement. He's dancing all the way.
Yes, so Larry Gomes has gone into the wicket column. A combination between himself and Ridley Jacobs. And the new batter, Kareem, faces a dot delivery. Now he's getting off the mark with this one. He whips it off the pads. They're running the first one very quickly, but one, that's all there will be. They thought of a second, but it remained just a thought.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Good going here for total of 140 still within reach. But someone has got to go. We need a few boundaries, Ivor, at this point, in order for them to achieve a total in excess of 135. And I predicted 140. Let's see how it goes. But they are bringing back Johnson, I see. Johnson is the wicket taker, and he started the bowling. He opened the bowling, and he looked good. He started a little ragged, but in the end, he was able to get a couple wickets.
So Johnson in the block hole, the wicket taker. He would have done so in the first match, and he comes back in the second match, and he would have got a couple as well. So he's back for his final spell, which I think is just 1 over. He would have bowled some 3 overs before this one, but he's rather deadly. Goal in. So the score is 119. This one is into the pads, a quicker delivery there by Johnson. This one was rushing the batsman. He was trying to whip it away into the onside, made no contact. So a dot goes into the book. And it's bowled him. And we said Johnson is deadly. Yorked him. He knocked him straight out of the ground.
And it's all over. That 140 doesn't look to be in the making, in the coming at all. Someone has got to take this over. And get a few boundaries. It's not coming. It doesn't look as if they'll ever reach 140.
Yes, like we say, we still have to see the might of a Brian Lara batting. So we needed to see a little bit more than this. But for whatever it's worth, we're asking the crowd to still come on out. There's still a few room here, close by, close up.
And Trini is in his element again. Trini is making the crowd happy. He's enjoying himself, oddly. You've met Trini? No? He was here looking for all of us.
And that seems like Raymond Denny going to the wicket there.
Number 8 is Denny.
Yes, yeah. Raymond Denny. Yes, indeed. Yeah, he would have put on some size. He was a former USA Osaka captain. He would have made the West Indies Youth 11, West Indies Youth under 19. He would have represented well. And of course, he was a South Florida captain in his own right here in our neck of the woods. So, a fine gentleman, if I can say so myself. He's from Barbados.
Oh man, that was priceless.
So Courtney Walsh is marshalling his troops and trying to make sure he gets everybody in place. He's a stingy captain. He does not want to lose, so I can tell you that. He's bringing... So he's making sure getting all his angles right. He's having the cover sweeper and tell him to go all the way. He's not going to give a boundary. He knows Raymond Denny somewhat. He's been around. Raymond Denny would have represented the West Indies under 19. Former Osaka captain. And he's stroking this one to the left of Courtney Walsh and to the right of the point fielder, and now to the same cover sweeper that he would have placed there. So the bowler Johnson is bowling to his field. So good combination there. He's rewarding his captain with his field placement by bowling to his field. So Johnson, like I said, that left arm is deadly. I'm sure he'll be donating it to someone if he passes.
Oh, when he passes.
Some people live forever. They think they'll live forever. Who knows?
Nothing lasts.
Oh, nothing lasts forever. Okay, Johnson's deadly again. There's a Yorker, but he was a quicker delivery, and I think it went straight into the batsman pad somewhere. He's...
Ivor.
Yes, he's flexing his right leg there because that was a quicker one. And that's a good spell there from Johnson. He would have taken some, 2 or 3 wickets?
3 wickets.
I think somewhere there. Well, we wouldn't go guessing. We will get that shortly. We're not.
I recall 2 ball down.
Don't have any monitors in front of us because we're separated by a glass with the monitor. That was not good for us at all.
Yes, indeed.
3 wickets for Johnson.
3 wickets for Johnson.
3 wickets for 29.
There you go.
3 wickets for Johnson. 3 wickets, 4 overs, 29 runs and 3 wickets. He has bowled his allotted 4 overs.
Yes, so this is the 20th over. It's a 2020 encounter. And gentlemen, it is so good to see so many legends in the place at one time. Joel Garner, he would have run for the presidency. He is presently a member of the West Indies Cricket Board, being the president of the Barbados Cricket Association. So Joel Big Bird Garner, he's in the house, along with Andy Roberts. Then batsman is
Sir Andy Roberts.
Sir Andy Roberts. But if you would ask him, he would say, my name is, just call me Andy. You can even say Footy. He's such a humble guy. Well, in the meantime, the batsman, Denny, he's playing this one into the offside. He got himself a single. Score goes up to 121. So, Leon, you need some 19 runs. From the next 5 deliveries, if your prediction of 140 runs were to be realized.
No can do. I say no can do now.
Okay, but it can still happen. You can get 36 runs off and over. So you can still get... And batsman is... The 21 2 runs here, would they turn for it? Would they take it on? No, they're not going to be taking on the arms. So Raymond Denny would have put on, quite a bit of size there. Back in the day when he came here, I remember in the 80s, he was a slim gem. But a good cricketer, fine gentleman, I dare say. So 122 for the loss of 7 wickets. I don't think they're going to be bowled out. I think I can say that. And he's hitting this one in the air, but not to any fielder. They were looking for 2. So there was a nice loopy delivery there from the bowler. Bowling off spin. Is that Sawan? Is that one? Sawan?
Looks like it's Sawan.
Seems like I think it's Sawan who is bowling. Like we said, a former captain for the West Indies. This one is playing it back along the track. Dot balls are not going to do any good at this stage of the game, youngster.
17.
Again, just want to say thank everyone. This time he's swinging this one here down to the backward fine leg area. And in the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for only a single. So it's not a very fruitful over for the All-Star team. But like we said, Courtney Walsh is a very stingy man, He's not going to give away much. He wants to win. He left the shores of Jamaica, the land of wood and water, to come to win. He wants to take that win under his belt and say, I marshaled the troops. And this time, Denny's playing a lovely straight drive back past the bowler. And Wani Sawan will have none of it. Saying he's not going to go past the boundary rope, so I can afford to give away a single. And that brings us to the end of the 20th over. Well done. And you can see the applause going up from Courtney Walsh and showing his appreciation for the youngsters. He shakes hands with Raymond Denny and gives him a pat on the back. Say, good to see you again, youngster. We've been around. We've traveled this journey. So the party continues, and you can hear the boom boxes blasting away here. And again, we just want to say, for all of you who are listening to the MacTV.com, we welcome you who are viewing the TV online. We're streaming live on the Block Talk Radio as well. So we have plenty of time. We're going to take this right up into the presentation. And Trini is doing it in front of the stadium with his conch shell, and he's jamming to the Stalin, the black man, come down to party. So we are going to be waiting for some interviews, and we don't know who's going to be getting the interviews.
So in the meantime, in between time, just want to let you know.
you've got to find the solution. So you've got to attack.
That seems very intense. Now, good thing I'm not a cricket player because I'd probably break every single bone in my body. I condemn you for all your hard work.
Well,
that must be amazing.
Yeah. Well, I've broken a few bones too. But that doesn't matter. You know, when you enter the career at 16 years old, and then I became a professional at 20, and to last that long,
yeah.
You know, it's been a wonderful career.
Sounds great.
So he taught me how to be a fighter.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed our time speaking together. And once again, this is Alvin. Ladies and gentlemen, you better stay tuned for more.
You're off?
Okay.
Good? Fighter.
Very good.
Yes, good.
We're going to be coming back to you live here with live action.
Live and lively.
So Masood is bowling to the batsman and he's driving, can't score. And this time he's going high and hard and he goes all the way. First maximum, first six. So the hand goes aloft there by umpire Jamola.
Number 5, Dwayne Smith.
So that is Dwayne Smith. He's doing it the way he know, and we know only Dwayne Smith can. Remember against New Zealand? It was West Indies against New Zealand, and Saturday in that match, his first delivery, he whacked it out of the park for 6. Then came Sunday, the very first delivery, he whacked it again out of the park for 6. We all remember that when West Indies came up against New Zealand right here at Central Burwood Regional Park. So he's playing this one delicately down to the third man area. Does he have the legs to get there? Yes, it does. He goes across the boundary rope now. So Dwayne Smith is on fire here at the Central Burwood Regional Park, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think that's good. Logie, that's Gus Logie. Just change ends.
So this is...
single was scored.
Yes, this is Logie now, who's playing a very delicate late cut. Oh my goodness. So that's a good comeback there by Mohammed, in which a dot goes into the book. What did they make in the end? So the one chase, I know it would not have been 125. So we come to the end of over number 1 in this one chase. And the shadows are lengthening here at the park. So Courtney Walsh would have led his men well. And now skipper Mark Soupbone Johnson is marshalling the troops and he's trying to defend. Earlier he would have won the toss and elected to take first knock. And it's good to see the likes of Mark Soupbone Johnson and Denny Raymond Denny back on the cricket field, at least at this level, entertaining and turning the crowds alight. Young Stephen Taylor, one for the making, and he didn't really get going. Last year he would have scored some 80-odd runs. This year he fell woefully short. So Dwayne Smith waits as Johnson tried to get his field placing right. There's no more than 2 fielders. Should be outside of the 30-yard circle. And Smith is going down on one knee, trying to sweep this one, but can't get it past the short backward square leg. He cannons into the pad. And no run. So a good start there by young Qureshi. his southpaw, left arm. He's bowling around the wicket to Dwayne Smith. So here he goes. And this time he plays this one with utter respect. So young Qureshi is in the US All-Star Invitational 11 squad, and he's one of the opening bowlers. Dwayne Smith is being kept in check, having scored maximum from the first over. So Qureshi's bowling flat with a lot of guile, and the son of Mohammed Qureshi. And he's going after him, but he's going straight to the fielder, and they had to play it on the run. So this brings Logie into strike. So Dwayne Smith being kept in check somewhat there by Qureshi. Young Qureshi, I may add. He's bowling around the wicket. His left armers, he has a slip in place. The troops being marshaled there by Mark Soupbone Johnson. Qureshi left arm, and this time Logie is going, using his feet, but not getting to the pitch of this one. So Soupbone Johnson showing some confidence in the young man, having bowling to the likes of Dwayne Smith and Gus Logie. This time he's playing with utter respect, and they're running through a single for a single, and he was ambling there, but Dwayne Smith was to the measure of that. He knew he was in no danger. He was good running between these two there. I would still call them professionals, because Logie has left the cricketing arena and would have gone onto the managerial part of it. And Dwayne Smith, he's still one to be reckoned with when it comes to 2020 cricket around the world. He's very, very much sought after. And as soon as my fellow commentators could get it together, I would just go ahead and bring them in so we can see the cricket live on the scoreboard at this time. Very good. Like I said, I have to say, Paul Mort and David Maitland, we have to give them all the credit in the world for getting the scoreboard somewhat where we want it to be. So Logie plays this one into the offside, and the batsman can't score. It's Mohammed, the man with the golden arm. This time is a quicker one, and Logie trying to play it outside the off stump, getting the inner portion of the bat. And Raymond Denny looking as agile and fit as ever, runs around to his left and prevent the batsman from even thinking about getting a single. There's a stepping play, a quicker delivery, and again there goes the inside edge, and he's going to get 4 lucky runs here. For Logie, was a quicker delivery, was the arm ball, and Logie was playing with a dead bat. It came off the inside portion of the bat, and it went all the way down to the vacant fine leg area for a boundary. And we'll get the overall score. $17 for no loss. Dwayne Smith and Gus Logie, they're in the run chase. This one is flighted, and Logie comes forward in the approved manner. Looks in no danger. Sweeps away some debris off of the wicket. So Qureshi bowls it. That's Mohammed. And again, Logie can't score as this one plays out to the short mid-wicket area. And there's no chance of a run.
Smith and I think I said Logie. Smith and Logie. What number is that? 4 Bacchus. The 7. It's 4 Bacchus. We're not 7. Yes, I'm right here. Okay, yeah. 4 Bacchus right here.
Oh, so we're calling Bacchus Logie, and we beg your pardon all along. We were told that it was Logie, but it is Bacchus.
Thank you.
So we understand Logie was downstairs laughing all the way to the bank. So we stand corrected. Someone told us Bacchus, when these guys then they have to come with correct information because it's very, very misleading. So it's Bacchus and Dwayne Smith. So two West Indians in their own right. And again, we're saying Ford Bacchus would have scored some 250 runs in a single inning for West Indies at one point. And it was against India as well. So Qureshi, left arm over, flighted, and this time Bacchus is stroking it to the cover region and can't score. Nice, fluent, elegant shot, but went straight to the fielder. So there's a slip in place. This time he's using his feet and he's playing it and pushing it. That stroke reminds me of a Charlie Davis, the push drive. He's just pushing it and running with the shot. So you see, Bacchus, he would have played lots of cricket here in South Florida. I remember in the 80s. This time, Dwayne Smith is getting the measure of this one. And he is out. Well taken down there on the boundary. And that seemed to be Timmy. Yes, he timed his jump to young Qureshi. He's into the wicket column. And he runs all the way down to the boundary to congratulate Timmy. So the first wicket has fallen. Dwayne Smith was trying to do something with a delivery. Was back pitch. He was short. But he picked out one of the two fielders that are allowed to be out in deep. And that was a well-timed, well-judged, well-jumped catch.
Well-judged Ivor, I would say. Well-judged catch, Ivor. That was well done. Smith was aiming to hit a second maximum, but he did not get enough on it. And brilliant piece of catching down on the deep boundary. Yes, number 17 is going on. Sawan.
So Wani Sawan is the batsman. We have to make sure we get it right this time. So Dwayne Smith goes, and he's been replaced by Wani Sawan. So Dwayne Smith would have made how much? We have to see 9 from 8. Bacchus is on 10 from 13. So Vanisawan takes the bail off, and in that Shandapur like, marks his guard by tapping the bail into the turf. We're playing on turf wicket here in the Central Board Regional Park. Qureshi. Nicely flighted, and Sawan turns it around the corner, looking to get off the mark, but can't pass Mark Soupbone Johnson, skipper. So the end of a successful over in which we would have seen the back of Dwayne Smith, the hard-hitting Dwayne Smith, leaving the arena. His contribution was 9 from 9.
Yes, Ivor, 9 from 9. Then Sawan is here to give a display of his stroke playing. And we know he can do it. Definitely can do it. Am I on?
So Bacchus is getting one past the outstretched arms of the first slip there. In O'Neill, yes. We would have seen him play a few lovely shots while he was at the wicket. His turn at bat. But this time he was on all fours. But he was beautifully backed up there at the backward point area. So Sawan again now yet to get off the mark. So Bacchus now goes up by 1 to 11. The score is...
In between overs, I'm going to be featuring one or two of the legends that are here today. A few stats about the legends that are on display here today, even if they're not playing.
What's the total score on here? Where you looking at the total score? Where's the total score on the top? Up top one. So 21 for 1. As Masood He opened the bowling, and that was a quicker one, and coming into Sawan. He's yet to score. He can't score. Flatter, and this time Sawan is covering up and is working this one out to the mid-on area. So 21. Base 21 for the last of some 1 wicket. Okay. It's 23 for 1.
Ghana? Cheese? Cheese? Yeah, one more. Okay, got you.
So there's a wide that goes into the scorebook. So the West Indies legend, there are some 24 for the loss of 1 wicket. So Sawan is on 3. He's faced some 5 deliveries. So Qureshi with the lone wicket, and he's commanding and demanding respect here. Qureshi would have shed some pounds, looking good. So we're getting runs here in the making. Let us see what the umpire would be signaling. So the score goes up by 1 to 25 for the loss of 1 wicket. And there's a lovely shot, but it can't get it past the cover fielder. So so it is 26. The scoreboard is now showing 26 for the loss of 1 wicket. This time again he's stroking it, but he's getting 1 for his effort. So Sawan goes up by 1 to 6. He's faced some 9 deliveries. Bacchus is on 11. He has faced some 17 balls. He's been there for all of 17 minutes. And they struck 2 boundaries. And this time,
smart piece of fielding there.
Yes, by the big man himself. Yes.
Okay, there's an announcement here, public announcement. There are a lot of double and triple parking in the parking area. A lot of double and triple parking in the parking area. And security would like you to, if you know you're double or triple parked, to go on out by the park, remove your cars. Some people would like to leave and they can't. And if you don't, it will be towed at your cost. So please head towards the car park. And if you know you're double or triple parked, please remove your car. Thank you.
Yes, well, that was an announcement there, but we're back to live cricket here. As we're into over number 7, Mohamed Qureshi would have picked up the wicket of Dwayne Smith. And now we have Masood Mohammed. He's trying to keep things in check. The run chase is 125. Batsman comes forward. Sawan, that is. He's batting on 6 from 11 deliveries. So I think we're up with the scoreboard, everything. And this time he's playing an expansive drive, but he's not timing it at all. And he goes out to Mark Soupbone Johnson, the captain of the USA Invitational 11, coming up against the Legends. This time he's a quicker one into the legs of Sawan. He works it around the corner to the short backward square leg, and they amble through for a single. That takes Sawan up to 7 and brings Bacchus into strike. He has opened the batting with Dwayne Smith, who was departed some 2 overs ago when he was caught by Timothy off the bowling of Qureshi. This time he's turning it around the corner, but he's not going to get anyone there as the fielder was onto it in a flash. So another dot goes into the book. So the worm is telling us that they are below par, the Legends, in this run chase. And that was a high full pitch, but not perhaps not high enough to be called a no ball. We'll watch and wait and see what umpire Jagarow would do. And he does not make a single, so it was a legal delivery. And Sawan just punched it down the ground, in which he would have scored a single. So at the end of over number
7.
Number 7. The latest score here is 29 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Okay. Qureshi continues bowling down the leg side, beautifully swept away. Oh, nice feeling there by the fielder down at the boundary. Prevented 2 runs. Doing some sucker playing there.
Are you sending sound out to me? Are you sending me sound? I'll go tell them. Yes,
So the shadows are lengthening here, and it wouldn't be long before we see the light turn on to blend into the shadows and to chase the shadows away. So I think play's been held up here because of a substitute fielder. He's perhaps coming onto the field of play. So Mark Soupbone Johnson is tightening the screws on the Legends here. They're 31 for the loss of 1 wicket. And we're into over number 8. This time the batsman is driving, but can only get 1 for his effort. That's Bacchus, that is. He goes up by 1 to 15. He's been there for some 25 deliveries. This brings Rani Sawan on strike. He's batting on 7. And the score is on 32 for the loss of 1 wicket. Of course, he flies this one outside the off stump. And they're going to be ambling a single down the ground as they split the bowler and the cover fielder. And it goes all the way down to the long off region. The overthrows in the making, but the batsmen are not interested in that extra run. So 33 at the end of over number 8.
Okay, I'll continue with Desmond Haynes. 116 test matches, I've said before. 238 ODIs. Total 7,487 runs in test cricket. 8,648. In winning cause. 16 in winning cause. And since the inaugural test match was being played, we have had 49 batsmen who have carried their bat throughout the innings. 49. 6 from the West Indies. The first from the West Indies, Sir Frank Worrell. The last one was Chris Gale. In between, Mr. Conrad Hunt did that. But on 3 occasions, the only batsman to have carried his bat in test cricket for 3 occasions is Mr. Desmond Haynes, the only man in Test cricket who have done that 3 times.
So we have a bowling change here, and we're going to be having Kumar. And he will be bowling to Wani Sawan. So it's ball mode?
Yes, 1 ball.
So a dot goes in the book. Good start for the young man.
Is it number 7? What is he doing? Number 7? What's on the back of the shirt?
Gassy, sir.
On the left of the shirt, the board. 7.
So we have Karim here, and the scoreboard is showing something else. Well, this one is played back past the bowler to his right. So Sawan goes up by 1-9, and that brings Bacchus into strike. He is there on 15. So Karim is coming off a shortened one, maybe some 10 meters or so. Bowling medium pace, and Bacchus is stroking this one here very nicely to the cover. But he can't score. He's not getting it past him at all. So 34 for 1. So the partnership is 15 between these two. Bacchus is stroking this one along the onside of the wicket. They're ambling through for a single. And I think we're going to have to see some fireworks at some stage. As like we said, the shadows are lengthening right across the grounds here.
I think Brian is pad for coming up next. I saw him in the pads moments ago.
Okay, so
Jacobs
I guess...
as well too.
Oh, and this is a loose line. It might very well be a no ball as well. Yes, it is a no ball. It was one that was fast, full pitch. And the umpire has signaled 4 runs, and it's a free hit. So, very much appreciated. 40 has come up on the scoreboard. So let's see the free hit, and he's going high and hard, and he's going to go for maximum 6. Yes, indeed. And that's the way you take care of those free hits. Anything is free, you must make good use of free.
You must back up your truck, they say, Ivor.
Yes, that's when it's free, you back your truck up and you fill it up. So Sawan is making good use. So we have 10 runs from 1 delivery, because that no ball was not a legal delivery. And someone is playing a flashing drive, and it gets between the point and the cover, and it's running down to the boundary, just about a meter inside the boundary. In the meantime, the batsman ambles through for 2 runs. That's a good looking shot, and we're seeing some signs of aggression here in this over. And like Liam was saying, Brian Lauer and Ridley Jacobs are padded up in the hut to come, and I don't think they're really making heavy weather of this chase at this time. So again, we're going to have Lawrence Jagarow, and we have to just give them their due to get all these legends here all in one place in America, South Florida, to be more precise, in the city of Lauderhill, in the county of Broward, and in the state of Florida. I think it's really an awesome job, Leon.
Indeed, to get them in one place at the same time, that's awesome. Just strengthen my argument for him to have his name on one of those stands. And there is a call for the lights to be prompted, to be put on. I think the shadows are lengthening a lot. Hardly. The sunshine has gone, more or less, from the park. And the reflection, obviously, will be preventing good visibility. It's a wonderful day so far, Audley, and we're thoroughly enjoying it. We have had the opportunity to see quite a bit of cricket action. Had the pleasure of moments ago to speak with Alvin Kallicheran, the great hooker. When I say hooker,
Happy hooker of the ball.
in a good way, because I don't see anybody that is hooking like he did. The great Lily was at his peak in 1975, and Kallicheran showed everyone how you ought to hook. And that episode between himself and Lily is. And we're going to pick up the cricket action now because there is resumption of play after a short delay. We are going to be giving you the name of the bowler. And it's Derek Kallicheran. He's wearing the number 1 short, and he's been hit way out into the deep near the long on boundary, and they were able to get a couple of runs. Steady batting, 50 it is for the loss of 1 wicket. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, the 50 is up.
Is up. Next delivery is tossed up, but the batsman could not get it past through the corner fielder. It went direct to the man at extra cover. Again, he's flighting the ball well. And again, the batsman came down the wicket but was not able to penetrate the fielding on the offside again. Something is going to happen. Something must give here today. I see the batsmen are trying to attack, but he's not able to do so because the next delivery he has just got to come down and the wicket and try to have a release shot at the moment because he was not to the pitch of it. Again, he's been kept in check. He comes forward and was looking for an aggressive shot, but when he reached there, he could only do the utmost was to play a defensive shot. A very good final delivery again. He's been kept in check.
Very economical over from Derek Kallicheran, conceding, is it 1 or 2 runs? Yes. Very economical.
And that's a good over. And if they are to make this runs, they have to pick up things here or get out.
You're not missing any cricket right now. They are changing over the field, and
that one is just getting down at the onside. He just placed it wide of the man, a long leg, and they were able to get a single easily. Things are quiet here at the moment.
I think if you ask me, I'll say it's too quiet.
It's very quiet. But there's no doubt in my mind that the Legends will definitely overhaul the total. 51 it is for 1 in 11th over. Another single is being picked up as Sawan it is who worked that off his pads down to the mid-wicket region, and the man down there deep was able to move to his right and did a good job of fielding it and returned to the keeper.
Leon, that ball went maybe 3-4 yards from the boundary, and they could only score 1 run because it went off the bat like a rocket.
Like a rocket indeed. Another delivery is being stroked to the onside. The same man comes into play again from off the boundary, and again, batsmen were able to just cross for a single. What they're doing well here, oddly, is that they are rotating the strike, and that is something that is very useful when the bowling is tight. You try to rotate the strike, give the bowling give the bowler a different look at a different batsman. Another easy single is this time to the man at mid-on. He just casually places that ball outside, to the man just about halfway in between the length of the field, and was able to pick up an easy single. The next delivery, there was a half-hearted appeal. Would you say, oddly, a half-hearted appeal, because that ball went through to the keeper, seems to have come off the pads into the hands of the wicket keeper.
I think the bowler was just making sure that he inquired, just in case something happened, the umpire could stick that finger up.
Yes, and this one is being hit hard and high. Was a full pitch or full toss, as it were, and the batsman, it looks like it was Sawan, or is it Bacchus, who gave it the full treatment, maximum 6. So that was a badly needed. It was Sawan. Okay, I was being corrected. They have the same figure, the same height, and the complexion is almost the same. Sawan is now on 29, and Bacchus and 28 it is. That's what the scoreboard is saying. Can you pick that out for me?
Yeah, 60. Yeah, 60.
60 for 1. The lights have just come on, but it seems not to have taken effect as yet. It's going to be building up, as it were. It takes some time before it becomes fully lit. But indeed, the both batsmen are in the center of the pitch, oddly, and what are they talking about? They're saying, hurry up light, get brighter.
Look, there just got to be some sort of strategy, Leon, because presently 11 overs are completed, 9 overs to go, and it's 60 runs.
And what do you make that to be per over?
It would be easy picking right now. 11-6.
11-6
is 6, right? So
6 and over, not too bad.
No, the required run rate is 7.33, and a partnership of 41 between these two. The count run rate is 5.45.
Thank you, Ivor.
So 7.5 required, or 7.55 is required. Another single seems being picked up, because that ball is being worked off the pad again and down into the deep.
I think that would be absolutely no problem. There are a lot of wickets in hand. Only 1 wicket to have fallen so far. So it's not going to be a problem. They're going to be romping home. The legends, that is.
I see there is a wide, and this will help the cause of the legends, because the more wides that are being bowled, obviously you have an extra delivery in which to make your runs. After 11 overs, and we're in the 12th over now, 62 for 1. Oh, and that is a bad miss there on a ball pitched short, and he's being back driven hard past the bowler, and the man at deep or long off, as it were, came across, went down, and missed, and the ball just went over the boundary for 4. This time he's working it on the onside, but no placement was there, and the wicketkeeper was able to shadow the ball before they were able to even attempt the run. So a dot ball goes into the book, and we are still seeing the score working up to 66 for 1 in the 12th over. And they're putting the pressure here on the fielders, because a single has been picked up, a quick single, and let the fielder in the covers had to move to his right. Next delivery is played cautiously down to the man in the covers. No single, no addition to the total. Hit away down to the man in the deep, long on. Another single is being picked up. Would it be good for them to take off the power of the shots and indeed get the twos instead of just getting the singles by hitting hard, going for the boundary?
They're hoping that by hitting the balls that hard, that it would find its way to the boundary, but it seemed to be a slow outfield, and by the time it caught up to the field at such a rapid pace that there's no time to return for a second run.
There's no time to return for the second run, but the batsmen are in the middle. Wonder what they could be talking about. The lights are on. It's a little. The umpires are looking at the
is it a light meter?
Or are they asking for the umpire to do so?
Now we see, well, these lights should have been turned on a little earlier, Leon, but anyway, nonetheless, it's building up into the sunshine where we can have continuous light.
Under the Duckworth-Lewis method, Ivor, who would be in charge at this moment? Who would be the winner? Because 5 overs have already been bowled.
Oh, there's a match on. But anyway, Mitu is the new bowler coming from the northern end, and you remember he was a little disgusted in getting out. When he got out, he thought he didn't get a nick, but the umpire thought it best and said, "You have to be anyway, young man." And this time he's working this one off the legs into the vacant backward square leg. The man comes off the boundary, underarm the throw in. In the meantime, the batsman calls for a single, which takes the total up to 69, and 69 is a very good year. I always remember that. 69.
You were born then, Ivan?
Yes, I was born. I was already a teenager. And this time someone slaps this one down to the vacant deep cover boundary for 4. He did not even move.
No doubt about that one, Ivor.
Yes, it
no
cracked it in Sawan fashion, I'm telling you. There was no doubt about that. It had 4 written over it from the time he left the bat. So the worm is getting closer to where the United States All-Star would have been. They're just about even par right about now in the 13th over. So Mitu guilty of bowling one shot outside the off-stump, giving Sawan room. And Sawan is punching this one off the back foot, looking better and better as he stays in the wicket. He goes up by 1 to 39. And Bacchus, who's been there for quite a while, he's on 23. And he comes into strike. He has faced some 40 deliveries so far. And the score now goes up to 74 for the loss of Dwayne Smith wicket. His contribution was 9.
Ivor, if you were captain, would you ask one of the batsmen to retire?
No, not at all. We still have...
Just to make sure that the crowd see Brian Lara bat?
Well, they would have seen an appearance of him. He was out. He was given an award from the city of Lauderhill.
No, I mean bat, not not to receive awards. We want to see the master in action.
Yes,
Don't
but
you?
remember you would have seen him last year when he scored 100 here.
Yes, but last year, but this year is
This
different.
Is this year. But I think that some of the fans pay to see Sawan and Bacchus.
They play to see Sawan. But we have seen enough. They have seen enough, don't they?
I don't think so. Speak for yourself, Leon.
Yes, I'm speaking for myself right now. I tell you the truth.
Well, Leon is making an appeal for the Prince of Port of Spain, Brian Lau, to make an appearance.
We want to see Jacob's bat. We want to see.
When they think they would have gotten to a comfortable position, you might find one of these batters would score 50 and would leave. But 50 is a landmark, so probably Sawan, who is just 10 away from making the 50, I think he would make his 50, and he might very well give way to Brian Lau. That's the way it is in these parts when you're playing these sort of benefit matches. And let's not forget, the recipient this year would be Seymour Nurse. And this time he's going high and hard, and he's getting a good hold of this one, and it comes all the way down towards the boundary board for a mighty
maximum.
And that's it, 50, is it?
Maximum 6.
And Sawan now,
So Sawan now goes up to 46, and like we said, I think he's going to try to make that 50 and a canter, and then we might very well see the Prince of Port of Spain. So Sawan has done well for himself, and he's punching this one off the back foot, and he's working it down to the wide long on region for a single. Takes him up to 47, brings Bacchus into strike. He is on 24. He has faced some 41 deliveries. Bacchus is on the back foot, and he's slapping this one into the cover region. He gets one as Mark Soupbone Johnson runs to his left, picks up underarm the throw back to the bowler, brings Sawan in strike. He's just one strike away from getting a 50. Oh, and that one was one that going away from Sawan. He was giving himself room to pull it down to probably the deep back of the square or mid-wicket, but he pulled out of the shot. And there's another leg break, and he's like hiding it. He's hiding it, and there goes the call from umpire books. It's a wide being called and signaled there by the umpire. So 84 it is, 85 it is for the loss of some one wicket, and Sawan eager to get onto that 50.
And there you go.
But Kalishuan is making it very, very hard for Sawan. He's saying, you're not going to get it from a boundary from me, sir. Maybe not in this over. That is Derek Kalishuan. So he would have graced us last year as well here. So it's good to see these guys gracing us with their presence. This one is a nice tidy leg break, and a dot goes into the book. So at the end of that over, this is his third over. He has gone for some 20 runs, and he has not troubled the batter.
I'll just take another look at one of the legends. And of course, it's Mr. Lawrence Jagarow himself, the person for whom, person who is responsible for all this happening this evening. And Mr. Jagarow played some 30 test matches, 49 innings, high scored 300, one of 4 West Indians to have scored a triple century in test cricket, scored 2,047 runs in tests, and played 11 ODIs. And who can forget when he made that debut 16th of February 1972, and it was 69 years that the record stood when Reginald Tip Foster made his debut, scoring 287 and 17. But back in a minute.
And this time Sawan goes hard, and he goes beyond the boundary, and that's his 50.
All right. That's 50 runs.
So Mitu guilty of pitching this one shot, back pitching, and Sawan gave himself some room, and he hoisted over the deep backward square leg boundary for 6 more runs.
Yes, Mr. YAGGA scoring 214 and 100 not out, beating the previous highs by Reginald Tip Foster. In a minute, I'll give it to you. Yes, okay. 287.
So Sawan settles in again. And this time there's a quicker one from Mitu, and Sawan is to the measure of it, but he can't score, can't get it past the bowler. Plays it back along the onside. And Sawan would have scored some 54 run from some 35 deliveries. So they're well on pace. This time he's slapping this one. Beautifully done here again. Four more.
Runs.
And that's the typical Sawan. I'm telling you, looking good. West Indies can very well do with some of those in the Test cricket arena. I think he would have left a little too soon, Leon.
Yes, well, he's still very much in the fray. He's going to be playing in the IPL, the CPL. He's been picked up by TNT, I think.
Okay.
So
well, he's gone 50. He's on to 58. And we'll see after this the decision that the skipper will make. Skipper Courtney Walsh, that is. We would have seen Walsh. He would have opened bowling, so we'd have seen him. And we're looking beneath us here, and then saying the big man, the Prince of Port of Spain, has been padded up.
But I think they may just allow him to bat out, it seems. But it would be a pity if we don't see Brian at least play a couple of shots here this evening. Or even Wrigley Jacobs. Those guys they still have it.
Yes, so I think Sawan is making the signal to the pavilion that he
wants to retire.
He would retire not out.
You want to retire, he can pull a bone, right? Or a muscle. Which one?
Well, if it was me, you'd say, easy to pick. I pull bones.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. The fans have come to see Brian. And
yes, so Sawan is indicating that another batter should come on out.
yes, indeed. And the great
And I think is it Bacchus who's leaving the arena?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bacchus is the one who would have had enough, because Courtney Walsh is saying we want to win this match. And here comes the Prince of Port of Spain, Brian Charles Lara, making a grand exit from the pavilion and a grand entrance onto the playing field. There we go. You called it, Leon, and you got it. He has exited the hut and he has entered the playing field.
I knew it would. And Trini is in his element, because Trini was waiting. He came all the way just to see Brian Lara bat. I know that for sure. And Trini is blowing his horn. And
Yes, so,
well good.
so Bacchus would have exited, not out, having scored some 25. He kept company. He played the anchor role. He was the man to keep company with Sawan. They would have scored some 77-run partnership.
And Trini is applauding Bacchus. Say, Bacchus, well done, man.
Well, you know, Trini having it double. He likes cricket. He likes Brian Lara, and he likes Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, Trini, you got it.
So it's a triple. He got it all around.
He got it all.
Yes, just let me finish just before Brian receive a ball here at Lawrence Rowe.
Yeah, the crowd has been calling for it too.
Right, we are hearing, Leon was calling, and the crowd was calling for Lara. And they were, of
indeed,
course,
man, indeed. What else could you ask for?
There he goes. Lara goes down on one knee.
Vintage Lara.
Vintage Lara. And Lara said the way to play Moleto was to sweep him.
Sweep him.
And to sweep from outside.
No one does it better.
number 2. Who?
Oh, and that was a
gift.
Oh man, Sawan was drowning in honey there. I think he drowned in honey there. He should have really slapped that one. He should have done more with that. So folks, Brian Lau is at the wicket. We're under lights here at the stadium. And Sawan is playing a beautiful driven offside shot there, and the fielder, who is that? Mark Soupbone Johnson, he knocks it down and he sends it out to the wide long off. And that brings Brian Lau on strike. Takes Sawan. Okay, the scoreboard would have left me here. They're doing something with it.
97.
So Lau is playing an on drive and he's just ambling that single. Looks as graceful as ever.
Sweetly timed, however.
Sweetly timed. The guy looked evergreen, as young as ever. And like I say, he's a man for the moment. And Leon, I'm never worried when a microphone is put before Brian Charles Lau.
No, when he's facing a spin bowler.
Or when he's facing any bowling, as a matter of fact. And here's Sawan getting into this one. Typical Sawan style. Carpet, and they're just exercising. And like we said, this was in good jest that people wonder why the US All-Star would have batted first, but that was to give the crowd more time to get in. And there's going to be a party after at the party stand, so don't go no place after the match, people.
And obviously there's going to be a presentation.
Now he's driving, using his feet. He's showing you how to play spin bowling. Never afraid to use your feet.
Okay, I'll now finish with Mr. Lawrence Jagarow. He broke the record that was set by Reginald Tip Foster from England in 1903 when he scored 287 in his inaugural innings, and then the second around he scored 19 for an aggregate of 306. And we know Mr. Jagarow made it 214 and 100 not out. And it happened on the 19th birthday of one young up-and-coming fast bowler by the name of Michael Holding. Mikey Holding.
Indeed. Lara, the best player of spin bowling, I think, ever. I've not seen anyone who's able to do that, and his ability to place the ball is something out of the ordinary. Let's see what he does with this delivery.
And he's sweeping, and sweeping well.
He picks up his first boundary, is it?
No.
But picked up by the fielder.
But we have Timmy right there looking around in the short backward square leg position. He knocked it down, and Lau was not interested in getting from his sweeping position to run for a single. Lau is giving himself some room there, trying to... Who's the bowler? Anybody knows? Bowler.
Stephen?
So that is Stephen Taylor. He's bowling to Lara. And he's slapping this one, going past the cover, but there's a cover sweeper. And the batsman ambles to for a single. So this one was outside the off stump, and Sawan plays, misses, taken there cleanly by the wicket keeper. And again, the streaming is coming through you live via Mac TV. Just want to say hi and hello to Lenny over there in New York, who is following the cricket and listening up. We just want to say, be well. We're missing you here in these parts, but we know duty calls and you must obey.
You want to just touch base with Ben Manning over there in... He's from Somerset. I think he's Somerset in England. He usually sets up in the night to hear the commentaries from our local games. So I want to say good evening to you, Ben. Hope everything is well with you. There is indeed a conference by the two batters. Why they call it batters and not batsmen
because the women
are
and we have boys playing as well.
Exactly.
And they can't be batsmen, and we're not going to say bats boy. We have
we got away from Trini. He's saying something about the scoreboard.
But you know, we have bat boys in the
in baseball.
In baseball.
We have a signal here from Trini. He was beckoning to us. I don't know what he's saying.
Well, Trini says he's headed to the party stand.
Yeah,
at the party stand, and he's looking at the score.
Yeah.
Look up at the scoreboard. Look up at the scoreboard. Yes, the score is right. Yes, yes.
Walsh is saying something?
They are saying something.
Just walk.
96 up here for one.
Yeah.
96 it is for one. Is there something wrong with the number of overs, or is it the fall of wickets?
Well,
Okay.
some of the spectators are inquiring about something, and
I don't know.
you know, there's going to be a
exactly.
presentation. So we're going to ask you guys to stick and stay for the presentation. You'll hear one or two speeches. I'm sure you would like to hear the might of Sir Brian Lara, Sir Anderson Montgomery Roberts.
Yes,
they're all
indeed.
here. Joel Garner is here. Desmond Haynes, and you would have seen Larry Gomes, who is still actively playing cricket. And I always say I have to apologize when I see him. And Sawan is playing this one out to the vacant. I have to call it vacant. He split the mid wicket and the long on and went for a beautifully timed 4. So Sawan is doing it, and he's doing it, and he's doing it well. So the 100 comes up.
Is the number of overs being corrected, or is it the scores that were 16 overs with 4 to go? We're looking at 30, 26 and 4, 30.
So the scoreboard in the park has been at a standstill, but we know that the 100 has been up. So there's a little glitch in the system, folks, so just be with us for the viewers. And Sawan is playing this one inside out, and he's getting maximum for his effort. All the way for 6. Typical Sawan. He uses his feet, and he got a punch, glove to glove, from the Brian Lara in the approved manner to say, well done, my good man.
Yes, yes.
And remember that Brian Lara would have took Sawan under his wings. He was his vice captain, and he really wanted Sawan to do really, really well. He told him, I know you can do much better, and you must look after your game. So Brian Lara is a man for all people. Okay. So Saul and Brian Lara was in a spot of bother there, and it seemed as if not only you not only have to wear helmets when the fast bowlers are bowling, you have to bowl helmets. You have to wear helmets because of your batters.
You know, that's what they're doing. The umpires are wearing helmets now in the Pakistan Premier League.
And chest guards and all the good stuff. So this brings Brian Lara on strike. We haven't seen any fireworks yet, but it's all good. I think that big shiny trophy that they're seeing over here, they want to lift that. Courtney Walsh is a man of business. And Brian Lara was making room, and he was faster and flatter. So, is that Mitu?
That's not me too. That's the wrong names in there again. That's not me.
Is it number 2? Let me.
No, that's not me too, but the wrong names.
It's number 2. Number 2. Yeah.
So Lara is going inside out. And that's a 4. So typical Lara shot there. 4 runs is. I'm telling you, man, that is enough for you to go back out of the gates and pay again and come again, Leon.
Yes, indeed.
tell
That's
you.
what the crowd was urging
That's
on.
what you paid your money to see. And let's not forget, we're going to be at the party stand. We're going to be party hardy. Party, party, party. It's a party, party, party. And guys, we just want to support the vendors and the sponsors.
We're still open at this point.
Yes. Again, we want to say thank you to the Lawrence Rowe Foundation. Lara was using his feet again. Seemed to be the Lara of old. And Sawan started slowly and then got his momentum going. So 113.
113?
Yes.
Okay, well, they're on their way.
Was making noise. They know 100 has gone a long time.
So 13 more for victory. And Leon, if you were a betting man, who you think would win this game with some 3 overs to go?
Lara will win the game.
You think that Lara is going to win this game?
Yes, Lara will win the game because he was allowed to bat.
You called for it, Leon, and you got it, man. I'm
Yes,
telling
indeed,
you, man.
indeed.
Well, let's see if these two battles would bring it home because they came to see Lau, they came to see Sawan as well. They came to see all of the legends.
We want to see 6 6s over. If it's
Lenny,
possible.
we have to give it to these gentlemen because they're taking time out of their busy schedule to grace us with their presence.
Speaking about whom?
But
The legends?
Lau, of course.
Oh, yes.
And Lau is going inside out. Look at the flat 6. I know he's got to
I
do
know. I
Let's
just
see.
said I wanted 6
4
6s.
runs.
Oh, 4?
No, it's a 4. He was.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm telling you.
I'm saying that we want to see 6 6s.
That was like golf.
Yeah.
That's class.
Just use it for that's class.
Oh,
that's class.
That's class. I'm telling you. So Mark Soupbone Johnson is not giving up either. He's going and he's gonna have a hard word with his bowler, and he's pushing the guy back on the ropes, and the guy is saying, how much further you want me to go? I'm already on top of the rope, Mark Soupbone Johnson.
You're sending him off the field. And
Oh,
say,
you're
"Go
sending
and
him off
change."
the field. I
And
guess
go-
that's
go and
where.
change his gear, man.
Well, when you see Brian Charles Lau seeing the ball as big as a proverbial breadfruit, I don't think you can have any. There we go. Well, you're going to put a man there again, Mark Soupbone Johnson.
That's what the people pay to see.
I'm telling you, that's a square drive, and it's in all elegance, grace.
Gentlemen, it's been said that form don't last, but class does.
Class always lasts. Class lasts every
that's
time.
what the people
and folks,
ask
this is
for.
what you came to see. This is what you came to see.
Exactly.
Brian Charles Lara, Wani Sawan, the legends. And here we are, they're sucking it to the young boys. I just have to say sorry for my good friend Mark Soupbone Johnson. But it's in all fun. It's in all good fun. And he's going aerial, Leon. I think you're going to be getting what you need.
He's caught, is he?
Caught?
Oh, okay, it's out of the park. And it's all over.
The match is over.
All over. Bar the shouting.
No, he didn't go. He was...
It was one bounce?
No, he got lost in the light, so the fielders couldn't see it. So he didn't go beyond the boundary.
Okay.
It fell in
Okay.
no man's land.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in the meantime, the batters didn't cross because it was in the air and...
But it's saying 128. What's the score? How much are they chasing?
Well, I guess they're gonna bowl all the overs. They have to
Okay.
bowl all the overs. They're not gonna
Okay.
shortchange. It's not a... You have to bowl the 20 overs. It's none of that.
They're going to do that?
Yes, you have to bowl all your overs. That's what the folks came to see. We're not going to shortchange. We're not going to shortchange the folks who would have paid their good money to come in. They came to see 40 overs, and that's what they will get.
All right, okay. If that's the case, that's the case.
Yes.
So says
Ivor
Henry.
And if Ivor says so, it's so.
That's right. So, folks, we still have another 2 overs to go. So, there's no need to look up at the scoreboard. We're going to look at Brian Charles Lara and Sawan. There's Vol, captain and vice captain of the West Indies cricket team, making us proud. Sawan is using his feet nicely and is ambling through a single to get the Prince of Port of Spain on strike. So we have Guyanese. So we have a Guyanese and Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, so you just Trini then. Okay.
Here in the commentary booth.
Oh, I think he's afraid to bowl. I think that's what it is. Yeah, having been slapped, and not enough men are going to be inside the circle, so he's going to be a no ball. I can tell you that now. Let me not say. Oh, they're bringing in the fourth person into the circle.
You see the ring of fields around the offside?
And Brian Lara, now he's going inside out and he's going beyond the boundary. Leon, there it goes. You got your 6,
I
Leon.
got my 6. And that's
It's
what I
about
thought
time
of.
you got your 6.
Yes, indeed.
It's
And-
about time you got your 6. There you go.
And there goes the shell. Here's Trini.
Trini came to see that, and that is worth his admission fee this evening.
Yes, I'm telling you, man. And Brian Lara and Sawan, they're lighting up the park here. So for those of you viewers out there who are viewing this via the MAP TV, and you're listening on the Block Talk Radio, we welcome your presence, and we're happy to know that you are indeed listening to us. So,
Speaking of Guyanese and Trini at the crease, here in the commentary booth we have a Jamaican, Audley, yours truly, and we have Ivor from Nevis and Leon from Antigua.
Antigua and Barbuda.
Antigua and Barbuda, sir. Sir.
Well, St. Kitts and Nevis.
St. Kitts and Nevis.
Jamaica stands alone. We have
Yes,
Trinidad
sir.
and Tobago. We have St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
Okay. And someone is going high and hard and is going beyond the boundary ropes, I think. No!
Oh, it was there for a catch. A violent attempt was made.
He ran quite a long way, but just couldn't hold on
Yes,
to
he
that
really
one.
wanted to take that catch so he could be seen on the TV. You know, but...
Making the highlight reel.
Yeah, he wanted to make the highlight there. So someone gets a chance, but... In the meantime, the batters would have crossed, so that brings Brian Lau on strike. And everyone is on their feet. And that's a loopy one, and it goes in the air. One bounce.
One bounce, though.
Yes, I'm telling you.
I didn't want to see him get out.
I'm not supposed to get out.
I was saying, pull back that ball, man. If I had a magnet, I'd pull the ball back. Although magnet doesn't work
Yes,
with leather.
I think the folks would want to see another six someplace along the line. And oh, that was efforts let there by Sawan. But when one bounce down to the long on region, and that again bring Brian Charles Lau on strike. And the crowd are calling for another six, another maximum. So let us see if the bowler would oblige. Do
They
you
should
think?
have, but the field is all spread out. What difference it makes if you get a six now or never? Or,
It's for the highlights and for
just
the
for the
reel.
highlight. Yes, yes. Oh my goodness.
No, that one just dipped and Lau
Yeah,
there.
he dipped on him. He had to have the release shot.
So
and he didn't go through with the full
I
flash.
think that's Timmy bowling. Timmy is a Trinidadian too, you know. He's trying to say, I got the prize wicket of Lara and of Sawan. So he's trying all his work to get that wicket. Trust me.
Bowl full pitch or long hop, you'll get a wicket easier than bowling traditional deliveries.
And you can see the crowd getting closer and closer to the edge. They know it's coming close to the end, and I guess everybody wants to just go and touch these batters, two West Indian stars. So we just want to say thanks to all and everyone who came out, took the time out to come to see the West Indies legends and supporting the Lawrence Rowe Foundation. Your money will be well spent. The recipient this year is going to be Seymour Nurse out of Barbados. So Brian Lau is coming down again after this one. This one gets a bad hop there from Mark Swoopbone Johnson. He was in a spot of bother there. I see he's holding his finger. I hope he's not hurt. But 4 more to Brian Lau as that one eluded the grasp of Mark Swoopbone Johnson.
And that's the end of the game.
That's the end of it. And the 20 overs would have concluded. And handshakes all around the grounds. And as usual, the cameras are out, trying to get as many flashes as they can at this time. And they're going to have a presentation down at the front. There's a podium. No, we got to go now because they got us out down there, but we up here. So we apologize to the folks who would have been tuning in to the cricket show, our usual Sunday afternoon cricket show. So we're bringing you live ball by ball commentary. But we have a little presentation here to make to Donna Bowes. She has something here. So
At one time. So, we'll take it for granted and always remember the glory years. These are the guys who are doing the glory years. That's happening. And security. If you don't mind, could you let all these people onto the field, please? Security, all these people standing here, just come and join us. Come around and join us, please. All these people. Everybody, come around right here. Security. Let everybody come around here. Come around here. Still here, bro. Sorry,